Are we ready to run an independent business? That we are independent business owners. We are our own boss. And it's time to boss babe it up. Hello everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today's stream. And I hope you're all doing well today. Or at least somewhat decent. Yes. And welcome back to Arcade Spirits. The final stream. Probably. Unless I decide to go back and do the other routes. But this is the main route. This is the main route, guys. I don't know if there's like a canon route. Excuse me. I don't know if there's a canon route in this game, but for the Storiesofstars universe, this is the canon route for us. This will make more sense once Eliza and I start playing the next game. Anyways, we're gonna be going through the next. There's two more chapters, and then this game is finished. We're almost there. Very exciting. So, without further ado, let's just keep going. Let's continue onwards. It is the distant future, year 20XX. And for the first time, I am entirely in control of my destiny. I'm no longer merely working in an arcade. Now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I'll admit it feels weird. I've grown so used to going with the flow, letting life batter and bruise me, and having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flame of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of the Constellation. And, well, I'm nervous. Who wouldn't be? There's so much riding on the success of the Constellation, not just a paycheck, but the hopes and dreams of all my friends. And I can't forget about Queen Bee's hopes and dreams in particular. I'm not the only one anxious about this. The stress weighs heavily on both of us. I don't want to let her down. When they gasped the Constellation, did you miss this, Ryan? Were you there last time when I named the arcade after the Constellation? Yeah! I keep waiting for the universe to wake up and notice that I'm on a roll. If fickle fate could take away the Funplex, what could it do to the Constellation? I know that's hardly a constructive attitude to have, but anxiety is rarely a logical thing. You can know the truth while your nerves tell you something else entirely. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without incident. I arrived early that morning to go over any last-minute preparations and make sure everything's in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out the apartment and told me to be productive. I was eepy. Okay, that's fair. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling all right. I still can't get rid of that last little bit of like that cough. And it makes me sound worse than I am. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I am doing quite decent. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. I still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me and then stepped into my destiny. Pushing open the doors to the Constellation, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet. Just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We traveled a long and arduous road ever since the great Waiter-Conspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned piece of place with an all too familiar triangular roof. Consolation hutting it up. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favor. And I really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Ben and Matt went in with us on the cost of renovating the space to include the bar they wanted to run. I doubt we could have done this without their backing and advice. We went with a familiar layout. If it ain't broke and all that, to show that we still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all a carbon copy. We've got a few new additions that Francine would even be proud of. The video wall's a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high score leaderboards. We also repainted, did a general update on all the appliances and fixtures, give it a more finished feel, and less of a retired pizza place to an arcade vibe. Naomi and Percy worked together to pick out games with a decidedly retro feel. Considering Deco's focus on tickety gambling-ish games, this helps us stand out from the competition. She put in a lot of hard work restoring them, and truthfully, we've been running into a lot of problems along the way, but watching her tirelessly work to perfect them is inspiring. As for Queen Bee's experiments in advanced streamer support, well, I'm unsure of how this will pan out, but she's confident in it. Such confidence is contagious. The gotcha gambling. I'm sure if arcades were more widespread in this timeline, aka the bad timeline, then there would be some kind of like Genshin Impact something or other. Like how like Love Live had like arcade games as well. There'd be something Genshin Impact related. I'm absolutely positive. Absolutely. She's invited a few big-name streamers to drop in on the opening day and broadcast from our makeshift little studio. That'll build up some buzz for the arcade far and wide. All of my decisions, all of my choices made the constellation what it is. So much labor and love went into the project from all of us. And now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want to do one last check on operations, just in case. Stocking up a bar and arcade at the same time proved tricky. Fortunately, Ben and Matt were more than happy to direct the team tending the bar. Well, the bartenders, if you will.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Business Partner. Hi! Or would you simply prefer Stories? Well, Stories works just fine. How's the bar? Stocked with all the fixings for any number of fancy cocktails. And a few basic drafts on tap, of course. Honestly, Matt, you need to enrich your taste buds with a mixed drink or two. Get yourself a fruity little cocktail. I like myself a fruity little cocktail. I like the sweet shit. What can I say? Nothing wrong with a pint or two of ale, Ben.
Everything's coming up roses.
Anyway, we'll all be set for opening. We'll be overseeing the bar for opening day. After that, we'll leave you in your capable hands of our bartenders. Good people, all. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the update. Running a barcade takes a lot of work. Glad we could divide the labor between us. After my quick check-in, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hand tells me that's not long now. Okay. Breathe, Stories. Calm down. Everything's clearly under control. There's no need to freak out. You're just mistaking excitement for terror. This is exciting. This is this is exciting. This is exciting. It's this exciting. It's a happy day. The first day of the constellation. You're fine. Give Genshin time. Soon they'll make an actual casino. I swear, like Genshin, like even just like in like a regular casino setting, like a Genshin Impact themed like slot machine or something, that would absolutely be insane. Absolutely. But I could see it. I could see it happening. It'd be dangerous. You can do this. You can do this. No. With all of us working together, we can do this. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up. Why would I jinx it? Why would I jinx it? Stories. If I'm going to be torn away from my contemplations, I'm sure happy it's by the most loveliest of voices. I gladly turn my attention to Queen Bee and I smile. I just finished making sure everyone's overlays are perfect, or are at perfection, that the Constellations ads play in between matches. Fuck, that was a lot of work.
Not bad.
I don't know how you managed everything, but you did. Do you have a moment? I wanted to show you something. My moment of chill is interrupted when I notice she's holding an envelope in her hands. I don't know what's in there, but immediately I get a bad feeling about it. I mean, who even uses the postal system anymore? Someone's sending snail mail? Bad vibes. Hello, it's Eli. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I don't know what's in there, but immediately... Oh, unless it's bill scams or other bad news. I suppose I'm like, didn't I just read this? So I received this letter in the mail from the 4 Heavenly Kings. Can you believe that? Who the fuck even uses snail mail anymore? That's what I was saying. I was thinking exactly that. Oh, minus the swears, of course. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is opening this here with you. Like, right now? Right now before grand opening? Yeah, is there a problem? I figured we could celebrate together. I'm sure they're sending me some sort of promotion or invite to some huge-ass tournament. You're celebrating opening day so we could join forces and commemorate our victories together. Oh, except now is not an ideal time. I would love nothing more than enjoy a moment that isn't the constantness that is the constellation, but there are a million and one other things that I should be doing. I'm at a crossroads. To heck with it. The curiosity is killing me, and I need to know what's in there. I can't wait any longer. Hurry up and open it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see what this baby has in store. Here we go. In one fell swoop, Queen Bee rips open the envelope and hastily removes the paper inside. She begins reading it aloud. It has been an honor having you as part of the 4 Heavenly Kings. You've already learned so much, and in turn, we've learned from you too. To further all of our knowledge, we think it's best for all of the kings and queen to be under the same roof. Therefore, Queen Bee, you are cordially invited to move into our team house. Queen Bee takes a moment to let the words sink in. She's stunned, but eventually her excitement pulls to her lips in a grin. Fuck, this is huge! And what does this mean exactly? Team house? What's that? Oh, right. A team house is where all members of the team, me and the rest of 4HK, live together, play together, eat and drink together. Everything is done as a team. A pit quells in my stomach and it reads all over my face. Oh, don't worry, Stories. It's not like we're It's not like we're gonna be shitting together. There are separate bathrooms. I mean, that wasn't my first thought, but thank you for clarifying. Lego Champa, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Hello. Does it say subscriber mode only? I thought I changed that. Why would it do this to me? Why would it do this to me? Okay, I've changed it back. I don't know why it likes to do that. It was on subscriber only mode and then I changed it to anybody and then it didn't save it for whatever reason. Hiss. Boo hiss. I hate it. Anyways, it has been rectified. The joke fails to make light of the very serious situation at hand. So you'd have to move to wherever the house is located, right? And that's not in the city, let alone the state, right? Not noting my dissatisfaction, Queen Bee tries to simply dismiss it. Yeah, but this is going to boost my skills to the next level. All the most prominent winning FOD teams live together. It's the next step of my career.
Fantastic.
Trust me. Is it? I let the words plummet from my mouth without hesitation, and seeing Queen Bee's immediate frown, I instantly regret it. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? What about us? You know, us, you and me. Keeping a relationship going across state lines would be difficult, right? It can't exactly keep the romance alive through video chats and text messages.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
Since when did I agree to chain myself down? Have I not spent time and energy supporting you endlessly and making your dream come true with this arcade?
This is yikes. Uh-oh.
Have I not cheered you on when you needed it? And you can't even give me the same respect in return for my dreams? If you can't...
Queen Bee snorts and then sighs.
Maybe I should just go then.
No. This is not what I wanted. My heart wrenches. But you moving would mean I wasn't ready for this. If Queen Bee leaves, I'll be all alone. Again, I want to respect her right to make her own choices. I just don't think I can let her walk right out of my life without trying to figure this out. I understand you've got aspirations and dreams the same as I, and I admire that, truly. Your passion inspires me even. But Queen Bee, I've also grown so attached to you. I can't see myself without you by my side. Is there some way we can make this work for us? Love stories. Look, that's touching and all, but we really haven't discussed this in terms of us yet. And here you are talking about being together forever, along with all that lovey-dovey bullshit.
Remember, we talked about keeping this strictly label-free. I really don't feel comfortable with all this talk.
But I love you. Oh, damn. We're bringing out the L word right before opening day. And that's the honest truth of it. Even if we agreed to part ways, I love her. And she probably doesn't want to hear that, but I couldn't help myself. I could no longer fight those feelings. I was under the impression that this was much more than a simple fling. I thought our flame couldn't be snuffed so easily. Sure, we have amazing fun. We keep it light and casual, but that doesn't mean we can just walk away from what we have like it's nothing. It's something. At the very least, it's something to me. I love you, Queen Bee. Truly. As if saying again made it more real, more concrete to her. Both of us went silent for a long pause, each looking away embarrassed and upset. The feelings and emotions happening right now are culminating, and discussing this any further here and now would only make matters more complicated. And I still have to open the constellation! Listen, maybe we should take a few minutes to reflect and come back to talk about this after today's over. Okay? Problem is, I have to open the doors like 15 minutes ago. And this arcade is important to me too, and I need to focus my attention on it for the moment. Fine. It's fine. I should be checking into the streamers anyways. We'll talk later. Maybe. Before I can apologize or utter anything else, Queen Bee dismisses herself from the conversation. And I'm starting to wish I burned down the post office this morning. Damn. Oh, Zabby, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I can't handle this right now. As much as I want to stop everything and sort through this mess, I've got a job to do today. There'll be time later to patch things up with Queen Bee, presumably. I need to at least try to put this turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of the constellation with a smile. Despite reeling from the incident just now, despite my nerves, I'm ready to do this. Because I have to be ready. No choice. I've got big plans for the opening ceremony. I'm going to be opening the doors and give my prepared speech to gather masses and stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the forefront, I grasp the door handles and throw the gates to the constellation wide. Welcome to all of you. I hope that... Damn. We had quite a crowd. Nice. I don't even have time to finish one line of my big dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Immediately, the arcade fills with the sounds of beeps and boops, games starting up, and people laughing with delight as they find their favorites. Well, there goes my entire opening ceremony plans out the window. I had all sorts of stuff planned, but folks just want to get to game, and who am I to argue? After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decide to move into phase 2, meet and greets around the arcade. I walk the arcade like I did my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything's running smoothly. Although I could probably track down Queen Bee too, assuming she wants to talk yet, which may not be the case. The constellation is my domain, open to my exploration. Where should I first visit? Ooh, where should we go first, guys? Who should we talk to first? A 4-letter L word. Lice. Billman, that's not 4 letters. Unless 4 equals 5 in this instance. Four letters. Billman's like, it is 4 letters. It is only 4 letters. It has always been 4 letters. And it always will be 4 letters. L1, I2, V3, E4, R5, 4. Billman teaches us how to count. Give it up for Billman Counting Jones. Sees Teo's game? Sure. Most of the time I'm drawn to Showtime stage because of the flashing lights and the hit beats, not because it's completely silent. No music at all. As I approach, I see Naomi feverishly working to fix it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes synced to its flashy light rigging is kind of depressing. And listening to Naomi mutter as she works, she undoubtedly feels the same way.
Oh.
This was working fine earlier. Why isn't it working now? Ugh. Fortunately, Teo's proving... Excuse me. My drink likes to say hello. Not now. Teo's proving surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favorite game. You may need to re-image the hard drive. I know some gray area websites where we can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. This is the 3rd release version of Showtime Stage's software, right? Those are easier to come by than the more modern 4th version, oddly enough. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself was damaged in shipping, and if so, well... You might not be able to dance at all today. I'd have to order a new part. I'm sorry, there were just so many games to get up and running, and I must have missed this ticking time bomb of a hardware failure. Hey, it's cool. I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagship games. It's flashy, it's exciting, and Teo's dance moves bring the crowd in. Getting it working for opening day is a priority. I love stories of drink, and I thought stories can do math. Like style, like asterism. This isn't the only game we've used to have which... Let me try that again. This isn't the only game we have which uses the hard disk, right? Can we pull and reformat one from another game using Teo's files to make it a clone of Showtime Stage? Well, it means voluntarily disabling one of our other games, but... Wait, I know! Wild Rider! That piece of poop is always crashing on us. It's not like it's very popular. Let's yank the drive from that and make it a Showtime Stage drive.
Yeah.
I can have that up and running in an hour. Sounds perfect. I'll send you the files, go get a bite to eat, and I'll be back in time to show everyone what a great dance community we got here at the Constellation. Yeah! So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good. Hey, we'll get through opening day without any major problems aside from this. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching, super curious about what's going on. I could swear I've seen this guy before, maybe in a crowd or something. Maybe where there was a physical altercation, somebody drew blood. Hey, is Showtime Stage really hosed? For now, yes, but we'll have it fixed up as soon as we can. Aw, man, I want to get my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who knows a guy who can get you a replacement super cheap. Or like any game you want, anything. As long as you know, don't ask too many questions. Is he trying to sell me drugs? Generally, people don't want questions asked. There's lots of questions which should be asked, yes? Yeah, but... I'm just full of questions. Why is the sky blue? Where do babies come from? I feel like I would know that, but maybe I don't. Are you a cop? Those sort of questions. But really, are you a cop? Hey, I'm not one of those pigs. No way. Don't worry about it. You need my connection, you just look me up, okay? I'll be here all day. I like this place. It's got a little bit of everything. I'll just come back later to wow all the ladies with my hot style. Whatever you say, bro. Later. That was odd. But as he fades back into the crowd, I decide to move on. Where should I visit next? In-game Stories has also never been on a date. No matter what universe you're in, Stories is just dateless, experienceless in the dating. I don't even know how to phrase it. Like, excuse me. Should we talk to Gavin and Percy? Or should we go to Queen Bee and Ashley? Who should we talk to next, guys? I've been petted. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Billman. Would you like to say an actual name? We should talk to the voices in our head another time. I don't know, guys. I don't see a character with that name. Oh, hello, Taco. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. What's up? Okay, you said Ashley, so let's go see Queen Bee and Ashley. Near the center of the arcade, Ashley's showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. Look at that! She's so cute! She's got like a magical girl mascot. I love it. So fun. Wow, just wow. She's been keeping it a total surprise from all of us working in secret on it. Impressive stuff. It seems to attract the attention of a brand new customer at least. Hey, look, Stories, a real life in the wild newbie. A total pleb.
Hiya.
Welcome to the Constellation. We're so happy to have you join us for opening day. Thank you. As much as I'd like to pull Queen Bee aside and talk things over with her, it's probably best not to air any dirty laundry in front of the customers. I'll just wait until a more opportune moment. Child, yes, you young one. Tell Stories here what you told us. That I've never used a joystick before in my life. I mean, I've mostly been to Deco's Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreen and stuff, you know, that's all. I've never really been much of a gamer, but all my friends are here today, so I was figuring I might try one out.
Whoa.
Never, not even once played on a joystick. Can you believe it? The youth these days. Yes, we've all been there. No point in faulting them for it now. Aw, but that's just too cute. To be young and innocent again. And don't worry at all. The Constellation is the right place to learn. We are a friendly, inviting sort of arcade. No mad skills required. Here, it's all about having fun. Oh, yes. And you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fists of Discomfort. Trust me. Want to go a few rounds? I'll even spot you some tokens. Seeing Queen Bee's con, Ashley quickly tries to offer something else. Or you could join me for a round or two of TMNT. Nothing like a friendly, cooperative brawler game to ease you into things.
Nope.
Not crushing this poor kid's spirit. Best way to learn is to jump headfirst into the deep end, I say. No regrets, just mashing buttons and moving that joystick. And when you're starting with the hottest title, you've got a built-in community to learn from right at your fingertips. But turtles! Turtles who are ninjas! Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. They look like a deer trapped in headlights. Stuck in the crossfire. Let's not scare the poor kid. Let's start you out right. 2 buttons, 1 stick, endless fun. Ashley, want to show our new friend the majesty of mutants named after famous painters?
Yes!
Oh, do I? Let's go beat up some conveniently bloodless robot ninjas and get shell-shocked. Okay, sure, lead the way. The newbie seems happy with this decision, even if it's just because they get to play with Ashley, who's a bit less intimidating. Ah, fuck. I was looking forward to decimating that newbie quite a bit. In a good-natured way, of course. I'm still learning from my teammates in 4HK, and I'm eager to pass some lessons on. Hey, Queen Bee, listen, about earlier.
Nope, no way.
You go do your thing, and let me do mine. Can't argue with that, because I'm stuck in limbo for now. Time for me to move on. One nice thing about being half bar, half arcade is having a pleasant place to relax and get some drinks between games. For staff and gamers alike. It's here that I find Percy and Gavin having some coffee, avoiding the chaos of the gaming area. Tanked. Completely tanked.
Much obliged.
I'm glad for your little tip. I was ready to invest a good chunk of my pocketbook into that company. All my hard work would have tanked right alongside it. This is par for the course when my siblings snatch up technology companies. It's a pump and dump in essence. They stir up excitement and acquisition, then drop it once it goes cold. I've never seen one of their endeavors bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the heartache.
Apologies.
No offense. I think I can handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going to cardiac arrest, my good fellow. We can make heart puns, it's okay. My heart won't stop immediately upon hearing one. We're good. But it's good to avoid a pothole in the road of finance. Yes, all the better for the charities to eventually profit from my own loss. I approached them in what seems to be a natural lull in the conversation, although talk of finances is in itself quite a downer. So, stock market talk.
Oh, indeed.
I like to do my trades in the morning before I come to the arcade. Get all that bother over with so I can focus on Loopy. I'm afraid we're being astoundingly boring at the moment. Stories just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finances. Well, that's fine. I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today, having started a new business myself. I should probably learn about, like, how money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? Financial pothole, that's Genshin for me, and VTubers. Hey, so far, I can't say anything about Genshin, but VTubers, at least in the sense of myself, you guys are doing A-okay. Nothing concerning on your end that I've seen so far in the realm of the constellation, anyways. Excuse me. I'd like to invest in our future, think long term, surviving for many years to come rather than jumping at the easiest profit I can. Any tips? A fine view to take. My own investments are preferably long term. Yes, Ryan!
Another one pays the tax.
Ryan, what did I just say? You were doing so well. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you for paying 10 people star tax this month. Holy crap. Don't you ooh-woo at me? You know what you've done. I make moment-to-moment trades, but they're backed by the stability of stock bedrock. Even after I'm gone, I expect many of those to cash out gradually, and I've hired a phalanx. What does that mean? I've never heard that word before. I did nothing. You know what you did. You got Bunny? Yeah, you did get Bunny. Bunny Carrot. Good goings. Of lawyers to carry out my wishes over the next 30 years. Gavin, how about I show you my portfolio? Give you some ideas for how to build up a nest egg for the constellation.
Thank you.
I'd be honored. I'll let you two handle the fine details. Bedrock is in a Minecraft reference. Whatever you want it to be. The two sink deeper and deeper into conversation about currency exchanges, fiscal policy, tax rate changes, and I start to lose consciousness. I'm blacking out. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some for later. Wait, what does that say? Jamaican jam, Tempest rum, double bobble? Alaskan almond, extreme water. What's extreme water? Just straight up vodka? I can't read that one. Mortal cocktail. Rum in... I don't know what that says.
Never
Ryan!
gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around
And you-
desert you.
and you
Never
rickroll
gonna make
me.
you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna.
We're
tell a
talking
lie
about
that you
financial
crossed
stability
from.
and good choices, and you're rickrolling me in a super chat. Thank you. But what the fuck, man? Oh my god. That's something I know. Ray's voice is at the other end of the bar. It's not really an altercation or an incident yet, but they are talking a bit louder than others. Miss, I run your credit card twice and it was declined twice. Run it again, I'm telling you. It was working just fine earlier. I got tokens using it. See these tokens? Sensing an opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, I step in to help. Hello, good morning. I'm the manager here. Can I be of some assistance? She looks awfully familiar. Haven't we met before? Oh, right. I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Oh, guess that's why she's here.
What's up?
Hey. Good to see you. Love what you've done with the place. Just love it. But something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run on you, but I really prefer to use the card. It's opening day and I want to build customer loyalty. Best way to do that is to be unusually generous. I'll pick up the check for you so you can get to having fun playing the games. My little way of saying thanks for visiting the Constellation today. Right.
Restart.
Thank you for the super chat. No, I'm not restarting the game. Oh my god. Seriously? Wow, thanks a bunch. I had a good feeling coming into this place, like it'd make a fine home away from home. Glad to see I was right, super glad. Okay, I'm off to get my game on. Another problem solved by stories. I am so good at this. With that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Before I can continue my wanderings, Gavin pops up directly in my path. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the door without making it look like you're looking for anyone in specific. What? Okay. What am I pretending not to be looking for? Mrs. Jean de Fame. I have no idea who that is. The top arcade critic in the city. Her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. I didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcade's beneath her interest, but apparently she's made an exception. If you don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for, I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of the Constellation. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's the redhead near the entrance with a handbag. Best of luck. I easily spot her thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning's lack of the usual chaos I experienced on my first day at the Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start, and I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Nor a most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. You. I remember you. Oh no. Oh no. My dear wonderful Josh had a miserable time in your arcade at that birthday party. You and your lanky friend Implied my Josh wasn't smart enough to know how coin slots worked. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it all down to ashes and build a new arcade over those ashes 100 years from now after this blows over. Before I can try to defend myself, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade, and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk away immediately, I am unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So, as unpleasant as this may be for the both of us, I suggest we remain professional, even if you've dug yourself a rather deep hole to climb out of, in my view. Understood. Even if I wanted to go on a tirade or chew her out, I've got to think of the arcade. This isn't some rando angry parent, not this time. It feels like chewing ground glass, but I need to swallow my pride on this. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you now is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as disinterested outside party so that I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention. Pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I do my best to support consumer activism, and that requires absolute honesty of any difficulties I observe. So until such time as I require you, I suggest we speak no further. Agreed? Sure. Fine. As you were then. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defense of what we built here without antagonizing her further. I immediately talked with Gavin about how to save the consolation from inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now but pray thee to the arcade gods that everything from here goes on perfectly. Once again, I wandered to the floor, but this time, while it's all smiles and pleasantries from the outside, I'm left all alone battling my thoughts. This is certainly not helping my anxiety, mind you. Being under a magnifying glass means anything that can go wrong will go wrong in spectacular fashion, reported on across every arcade enthusiast website in existence. Oh, wait, stop. Bad thinking! Don't assume things will go wrong. Besides, the morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say this afternoon will be a disaster? And then the afternoon was a disaster. I knew I'd spoken too soon the second I saw Gavin approaching me with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
It shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast, and yet we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and yet there were only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Stories, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games are shorted out. I don't understand. I tested the power supplies. I rebuilt a few of them. Unless someone's seriously scuffling their sneakers and shocking the coin boxes, we're talking a failure somewhere in our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe. They just kept piling up.
What?
All of the toilets stopped working. All of them. We need to call a plumber fast and not the one that jumps on turtles. Anxiety rising. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense. I'm freaking out. I'll admit that. I'm freaking out. Maybe we should close down for the day, iron out the wrinkles, try again tomorrow. We are hastily losing our grip on things, and if I don't say anything, we may as well call it quits. I must refocus our energy. Well, that's it. Toss a match and let the place burn down for the insurance money. That might be a fiscally sound decision at this point. Gavin, no! I was joking! That was a joke. That's like all my wry humor. Maybe instead of burning it down, and this is just me spitballing here, we can work on the problems. People, talk to me. What do you got? Any ideas? The group exchanges nervous glances and thankfully stops to breathe and think. I will become the plumber we need. And the plumber we deserve. Well, I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we can convince one of our neighbors to loan us theirs, maybe? I'll check next door with them before I go do battle with our demonically possessed toilets. And while I say this vending machine issue is human error, I have enough faith in my own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls to our distributors and see where the chain broke down, and also see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power supplies, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I'll put out a feeler out to the indie arcade community online, see if we can get an electrician with the arcade experience out here quickly. Anyone with an electrician with arcade experience? As I know we have Ryan. I saw Ryan vent an electrical. Oh, dun 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 dun. Ryan, how could you? How could you? I've been meaning to get back into online groups, and even if it means popping my head up in a crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people, good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restroom stories. Are you good with covering for me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on your tasks at hand. I may be the boss, but I was a floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever the constellation throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this first. I don't want to get poo water all over the new mascot. Doodles! I'm on it. You can count on me. Yeah! Constellation Amoga Schwinn. Oh my gosh. Members only Amogus. That'd be interesting. With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge for the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out with someone to help me with these situations. I need to work fast to hit every problem before it's too late. Can't leave any stones unturned this time. No risk of letting something spiral out of control. But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be. No choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor trek. There are problems all around me, but what should I tackle first? The retro television-based video was an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off of a cheap mini computer too. Practical and inexpensive, and it gives me just the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it, up until this moment. For some reason, it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and arcade high scores. Look at the bunnies! Not that bunnies are a bad thing necessarily. There are so many worse things I could be playing, but it's still not what I wanted to play. Something's amiss. And as I'm hunting down around for the remote control we keep at the prize desk, Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Fluffy bunnies forever. Yep, bunnies. Interesting choice stories. Not my choice, Teo. I'll have this fixed in a moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we suddenly experienced a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute, though. Grabbing the remote, I flick it back to the channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system. And it flips back to the bunnies on channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like the rabbits themselves. Grass in my gamer heaven. So I click back to channel 3, and nope, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who can modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah. Or it's a prankster with a universal TV remote. I've got one of those myself. Helps me turn off overly loud TVs in bars, which drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. I need one of those. Sometimes, I'm just I'm just in a restaurant, I'm just eating my nachos, having a good time, and then there's 3 sports games. There's baseball, hockey, and football going on at the same time. It's like, those don't even play at the same time. What channel are you on? I need to turn them down because they're so loud. Oh, Lantern Jaws, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Hello. Not that I would ever do that, mind you. Well, just in case. But with great power comes great responsibility. And clearly whoever's forcing us to watch this lacks the latter. How about I go subtly check the crowd to see if anyone's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. It's called highlights. Well, still. Still. I don't watch sports. The only thing I really watch sports is like the funny compilations of like the fails, like the top 100 fails at like New Year's. And I guess whatever Star Family is watching, and I just so happen to be in the room, and I'm like, okay, sure. What's going on? The war for remote control continues for another minute, back and forth for the music videos to documentaries about rabbits. And now it's showing them mating, which I'm seriously hoping does not count as pornography. Oh my god. I mean, I think in either situation, that's not something you really want to see. Next. Or it'll be another black mark against us with a certain arcade critic. It's only been a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulation. Lego morphs before Teo returns. Sports bloopers are fun. They're so fun. I love sports bloopers. Found him. Orange jacket stand near the pinball section. Thanks, Teo. No worries. Anything for you, Stories. I roll up the sleeves on my hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Wait a minute. Isn't that the arcade newbie from earlier? He didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? Nope, it's definitely this kid. I can see the tiny plastic gadget in their hands briefly before they pocket it. Perhaps noticing my approach, the teenager rolls stealth and gets a natural one, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt at looking at like an unimportant part of the crowd. Hey, didn't do anything. I mean, hi, good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given this living bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down like a ton of bricks on the poor kid, but rules are rules, right? I'm sorry, but I know you're the one changing the TV channel. I'm not. I mean, you are, but it's okay. It's not really a big deal. If you kindly stop doing it from now on, we can let this go. It's not like you did anything seriously wrong, okay? Just stop changing the channel. Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to cause trouble. I mean, I was, but never mind. Okay, I'll stop. Thank you, bye. And they're gone, slipping back into the crowd. That was weird. What's going on here? Oh, no. I don't even want to ask what you're adding to the soundboard. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I decided to look around a bit more, hoping for some clues. What trouble should I investigate next? Queen Bee's cursing more than usual. Are you fucking kidding me? Queen Bee casts a sharp glare at someone who's about to play the idle fist of discomfort machine she's guarding, dissuading them. Then looks down at her phone again, frantically keying in commands. Alright, let's sort it out. What's going on?
What the
Some fucker tried to hijack my streaming account. I don't get it. Naomi and I put together those dinky mini computers to stream game videos ourselves. I made the security recommendations myself to avoid this sort of thing. But it looks like our new experimental tackle to allow celebs like me to walk up on a game and start streaming has a few holes. I stepped away for a few minutes at the bathroom, which is the disaster zone, by the way, and I got an alert on my phone that someone tried to log into my account. It didn't count on my two-factor authentication, at the least. I'll admit, I'm not Silicon literate enough to know how the streaming rigs like those two came up with the works. Oh, Laser Joss, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the constellation. Wow. Ignore my rough-sounding voice. I'm still getting over a bit of a cold, but we press on. Actually, speaking of which, I'm going to blow my nose real quick. All right. Cool. All right. I just allocated some R&D funding for them to make it happen. The specifics are beyond me. Apparently the trouble's drawn the attention of the ever-watchful Miss Defames. Wonderful. Okay, Naomi's busy fixing up the power supplies, but grab her and ask her to turn off the streaming add-on for now, just until we sort this out. Great. Just great. Today could not be worse for you and me, could it, Stories? Let's just get on with it and solve the problem directly in front of us. With Naomi busy and Ashley battling toilets, I've only one option to turn to for technological assistance. Iris, can you check the security camera footage? See who messed with the Fisto discomfort machine while Queen Bee wasn't looking? Maybe that'll help.
Iris, online.
Already on it. I've been analyzing the video feeds ever since she mentioned hacking was afoot. Nobody hacks my friends and gets away with it. It looks like the next person to approach the machine was a tall man with blue sunglasses. You think he did it? He accessed the USB slot streamers used to log into our new tech, but he wasn't streaming anything or even playing the game. He just plugged in a small device, waited, and left. From the access logs, I say he's our culprit. I'm on it. Thanks, Iris. It doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there's his rather unique fashion sense. Also, he's plugging into another one of our streamer-friendly games without playing it. Has an extremely obvious tail. Kinda hard to give him the benefit of the doubt or even a second chance. He clearly broke the rules of the arcade. Although he looks like the sort who could break me if I break the news to him badly. I just choose my words wisely, ones that involve me staying in one piece. Maybe we can avoid a scene if I politely ask him to just stop? It's worth a try at least. Hope springs eternal. Sir, please stop. Immediately he straightens up, pocketing the item he was committing arcade crimes with. Nonchalant-like, I should say. Okay, don't really know what you were looking for to add the soundboard, but I have recorded at 2 times speed. Excellent. Keep up the work, I guess. What? I wasn't doing nothing. Yes, you were. I know, in fact, exactly what you were doing. I'm the manager here, and I'd like to ask you, would you kindly knock it off? I don't want to have to eject you from my arcade. Understood? At first he growls a little, ready to protest his innocence, before holding himself back. Luckily, I'm under orders, nerdo. Me, a nerdo? How dare you? Fine, whatever you want. And he walks off into the crowd without another word. I'm left in a state of utter confusion over our exchange, but I'll take it, hesitantly. Iris? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him for the security video feeds. Don't worry, I'll let you know if he resorts to his nefarious ways. All handled without causing an incident, although I'm vague on what he means by orders exactly. With that in the bag, I quickly look around to see if there's any other nearby problems I can address. As I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting a cabinet, I see Percy hold up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me, and he does. Thank goodness. I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sort. She's on a mission. That's okay. I put her on that mission. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligan's working his way down the retro games, yelling at them and smacking around the joysticks like they're speed bags. I swear he was going to knock over a joust. That's how hard he was shoving that cabinet. People have been avoiding going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it, Percy. Thanks. Be careful, love. I don't like the looks of this one. He placed a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. Good luck. If this happens more often than you think, someone gets so mad at a game that they start smacking the cabinet around. Unlike pinball, which goes into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is my justice. I am the arcade law. You fucking piece of shit game. I totally jumped over that fucking barrel, fucking monkey and his fucking barrels. Even if, well, I'm a little less than eager to bring the law down on this guy. I am in awe of the size of this lad. He probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup trucks for fun. But I know my duty. I know what I must do. Yeah, for the record, you smashed the thing to bits. You have to buy the bits. And that first one's not free, nor do we have a break two, break another free policy. The man snarls, turns his ire towards me and away from the game. You got a fucking problem? Oh, good. Just what I need right now. From the corner of my eyes, fob Mrs. Defame watching. I had to lay down the law. I run this place, see? And I don't like people breaking my games. So you play nice, you play by the rules, or you can play with yourself. I don't like that phrasing, me. Understood. No more hitting games, period. You little... But oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me. It's only for a couple of seconds, but his whole demeanor changes after that. Fine. He storms off, deciding he'd rather have the last word than argue it further. I turn to see who or what exactly changed his mind with a sharp glance, but the crowd's too thick. Whoever or whatever it was is gone now. And Mrs. Defame returns to the crowd without a comment, hopefully quietly approving of my law bringing. That was odd, but I guess a win is a win. Now then, what problem to address next? Before I can continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I'm interrupted by an onslaught of my hard-working staff. I knew it. Stories about our missing inventory. When I get my hands on whoever did this, I found the electrical problem. Stories. Sabotage, and treason. An enemy agent walks among us. Dun 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 dun. The second Among Us reference today. Okay, so we have some insight to what's causing all these messes, but it's a chaotic jumble right now. One at a time, please. Our suspiciously low snack inventory was, indeed, not human error. The delivery trucks never arrived here. It was routed to a garbage dump due to computer error, or, as I suspect, malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope, that's actually what happened. An external shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery or some other shock prod and was using it to crash games. It must be the same someone who flushed a bunch of wadded up paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. It's a war zone in there. I was able to dredge up one super gross chunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. This is all sounding way too suspicious to be random acts of hooliganism, and it also ties into what I've been handling on the floor. Ryan is almost innocent. What do you mean by almost? I've had to deal with pranksters all afternoon too. I've been so busy playing firefighter, running from blaze to blaze with a leaky bucket that I haven't been able to put the pieces together. And now it's clear, and I know what I must do. Alright, tears him. No more Miss Nice of Stars. The gloves that don't exist on my hands are off. But you aren't wearing any gloves. I just said that, Ashley. Do you want to borrow mine so you can take them off? Ashley, focus. So you have an idea of who's responsible. Yeah, leave this to me. I've come to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum. Oh, here, have some of mine. Ashley hands me a stick of gum. Thanks, girl. With a shrug, I pop in my mouth, turn on my heel, and march out to resume ass kicking anyway. Woohoo! And with a nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each on our own mission to thwart the ne'er-do-wells. I'm not particularly thrilled to begin this confrontation. My nerves haven't stopped jangling since this morning, but... well, my friends are counting on me to lead, to be the responsible one. I can't voice this off on a Gavin like I might have done at the Funflex. Finding my quarry isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background the whole time, watching and waiting as I ran around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there. Figured it out, huh?
Yeah. I can't say I understand the why, but I at least know the who. The matching fashion style was a pretty big clue.
I guess a formal introduction's in order. Yeah, okay. The name's Sue. Natural-born leader, hacker extraordinaire, and leader of the Ghost Monsters, the hottest gang on these streets.
We share a kindred spirit.
Pleased to meet ya.
She playfully curtsies, her wicked smile never ceasing.
And yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy, leaning a bit heavy on the pranks. But clearly, you were cool with that, since you didn't kick any of us out. I respect that. I really do. Shows you know it's all in good fun. Let me make it up to you, okay?
How? Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. And from the crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Gang, this is... what's your name again? Miss of Stars. Gang, this is Stories. Stories, this is... wait, so I give her my last name and she's like, nah, I know your name, actually, it's fine. This is Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Now then, she turns to face her ghost monsters. You were all very, very naughty, and I'd say she's owed an apology. A big fat I'm sorry from each of you. Don't you agree? Each of them mumbles a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever, sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry, Miss of Stars. I'm really sorry. Excellent. When they finish, Sue faces me once again.
There. Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven, correct? Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace.
The Pac-Man
sure.
ghosts, I get it. Reference! I know that reference!
I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again,
Right, old man
and
Craig coming
again.
in.
I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults. Apologize for being naughty and move on. Now, okay, we may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here, but that's cool, right? I'm sure you understand that it's all fun and games. Nothing personal. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
I paused, taking in everything Sue rambled on about. Let me get this straight. You scare our customers, mess with our television sets, smash up and short-circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, expect a second chance to cause trouble after I already let your first wave of chaos slide, try to hijack Queen Bee's streaming account, and you want me to smile and let you come back tomorrow? My words barely phased her, that grin still lingering. Yep. Yeah, sounds about right, yeah. I love this arcade, and I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? Waiting for my response, he holds out a fist to pump. Look, I'm sure you're all good kids at heart, but if I let you hang around here and you just cause more problems, it's no good for any of us. If you sincerely love the constellation, you'll understand I can't let you ruffle feathers, as you put it. I need to make sure everyone's having a good time. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, right? So, I might be willing to offer you another chance if you promise me you'll follow the rules from now on. That's the best I can do, okay?
No helping it.
Well, I'd like to work with you here, really, but promise is kind of a steep ask. Something's wrong. I'm a pretty empathetic sort of gal. I can tell when someone's being legit with me. And she's clearly genuine about wanting to come back, but seems conflicted. How hard is it to not hack machines and run wild? Why would that be a problem? Okay, see, normally I give you my word. Word is bond, but, well, no ifs, ands, or buts. I need your word if I'm going to rebuild trust with you. We don't need to have the police involved here. We can keep this between us, right? Sue raises an eyebrow at that.
Whoa, put the brakes on. Bad idea, friend. Really bad idea.
Pranks, aka
You don't
almost
wanna
starting
even
electrical
think about getting
fire.
cops involved in
Yeah.
this. No,
Those are the
no.
most fun pranks, though. Causing, collateral damage.
Because, and this is me being honest with you because we're on such good terms, it won't do you any good. We'll be out and back on the streets within a day. We've got friends in high places.
Excuse me.
We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in.
Information dealers.
So if we're doing this, we don't involve the pigs. Any problems? You come to me direct. That's my rule. Break that rule. And, well, you don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
Info brokers, exactly. So now you're threatening me.
I'm just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
But before she can continue her tirade, we're rather rudely interrupted. Uh-oh. We've got more delinquents. Oh, yay! Oi, Sue, the hell do you think you're doing here? The thick tension that surrounds us melts away. We're directed to the new challenger. Her eyes glare towards them. Oh, great. Okay, Stories, hold that thought. I got business to attend to. Damn right you do. Ghost monsters don't operate south of 23rd Street. You damn well know this is lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. If I wasn't confused before, I sure as heck am now. All I can do is watch this unfurl before me. With a clap, Sue summons her buddies to her side. I'm sorry, south of what? I don't recall signing any non-compete agreement with you darlings.
Ghost monsters for life!
Oh, this locker room gossip queen is disrespecting your fierce leader. What do we say to that? Nobody disses Sue on my watch. Nobody. Yeah, and I ain't scared to... I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity socially maladjusted individual. Awesome. That solves everything, I guess. Think you got your answer, ladies. Now then, let's rumble! And now there's a full-blown fight happening in the middle of my arcade. This is fantastic. I thought you were playing Hit Dating Sim Arcade Spirits. I am. What? This isn't dating? This isn't, you know, invoking the Doki Dokis within you? Well, to the credit, they didn't throw the first punch, but we're talking Han didn't shoot first levels of moral high ground there. Immediately, the ghost monsters and the lovely chainsaw are after each other's throats, grappling, punching, shoving each other. A baseball bat gets swung and clangs off to the side of a racing game. Soda cans are thrown, someone uproots a chain near the snack machines, and that goes flying too. Or sorry, that was a chair, not a chain. Apparently, I mix up my R's and my N's. It's chaos, complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop now. About as well as my dates usually go. Exactly. Iris, already calling the cop Stories. As for me, it's funny. When you start out the day anxious about what the future may bring, once that future goes completely to poop, well, my anxiety just fades away. There's something oddly freeing about seeing your world crumble around you. There's nothing left to fear, and that means I can swing into action ready to face it. Priority 1, get the customers the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I joined in trying to funnel the panic crowd of kids and gamers out the door and away from the carnage. This way, hurry! In an orderly fashion, please. Out! Everybody out! The fight spills into the bar area because of course it does. What this ruckus really needed was a ton of broken glass, right? Damn it. I'm not letting that bitch get away with this. Until now, it's been the world's sloppiest barroom brawl. Teenagers flailing at each other wildly, generally wrecking the scene rather than each other. But now she's pulled out a gun. Not some arcade light gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. This isn't happening. This cannot be happening. But this is 100% happening. The leader of the lovely chainsaw gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue's, trying to end this. But her target is conveniently tucked behind Mrs. DeFay Mateo. If I don't do something, someone's going to get seriously hurt. My mind races. Calm acceptance washes over me. This is how things will be. No helping it. One chance to do something good in the midst of all this chaos. Time slows for me like I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instinct takes over, and I start running towards them. Save Teo. Protect Teo. We gotta protect the bro. Get down! Stories. Why? Holy fuck, what did you do? I was aiming for Sue! Pigs! Pigs! Run for it! Stay cool and write the footage first. Do it! Stay with the stories. Stay with us. Help us on the way. Now imagine. Okay, so imagine you have romanced Gavin and you've gone through like this whole arc and you've just fought with him because every character you fight with them before the opening day. Imagine you've gone through all of that just for him to be holding you in his arms as he's like worried for your actual life. Imagine. Just imagine. The angst. Yeah, I got shot. Like, I got shot. Yeah. I got shot. I just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. Was that so wrong? It's what you would have done. It's what you did do for all of us. But I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? The Stars family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear. You'll get through this, I know you will. But for now, you'd best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Is that one like there's like an animation meme for that song. It was like it went bang 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 straight through my heart. Like that one? Is that the song you're referring to? That's the one. Nice. Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me, as well as an angel in white. Well, an angel in the white lab coat. While they're no heavenly being, they do appear to be my doctor, armed with nothing more than a clipboard. I'm still a little hazy as they briefly explain the situation. Thanks to my wild theatrics, I started to shoot her enough that her bullet missed its intended target, and instead went into my leg, which hurts like fucking hell, but apparently resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I'll recover from in a few weeks easy. 2 days in the hospital, a week or two on crutches, some limping, then I'll be back to 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with this momentary pain if someone else gets to live, period. So, could have been better, could have been worse. The doctor, having given me the report, leaves to treat the other patients. But before they do, they inform me I have a visitor. Well, at least there's a plus side. I just wonder who it is. Queen Bee storms into the room and proceeds to stand before me. Her arms are crossed defensively and her brow furrows. She's visibly upset. I have a feeling I'm about to get reamed for what I did. I'll admit, maybe it wasn't the smartest thing, jumping in front of a bullet, but I can't undo that now. I'm prepared for the consequences. I brace for impact.
You dumb. You just...
Her words falter. She tries her best to keep her composure. Her frown softens.
You had me so worried.
Tears roll down her cheeks and she immediately wipes them away.
Don't do anything that's stupid ever again. Seriously, I can't believe you jumped in front of a bullet. You realize you aren't some action hero, right?
This brings a smile to my face. Yeah, the harsh realization is setting in. And I promise I won't do it ever again.
Swear to me.
I swear I won't get shot again. On purpose. Queen Bee's defensive stance melts away and her whole body relaxes as she sighs.
Good. Because I can't bear the thought of losing you. I just couldn't imagine my life without you.
She pauses, biting her lower lip. She averts her eyes, her cheeks flushing red.
I love you. I love you. A lot.
Oh, we got a return on the I love you.
So there. Now you know.
Fun fact, story that you're called a Meg. Even though my leg is throbbing, my heart skips a beat before I can respond. Hearing her mirror my sentiments from earlier, I couldn't help but smile. I love you too, Queen Bee, more than words can begin to describe. I care for you deeply, passionately, and intrinsically. Intrinsically? What does that mean? Intrinsically. I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. You are my everything. Oh, Stories. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you either, which is why I felt so upset earlier and let that get the better of me. Honestly, I should have taken the time to talk to you in a more collected manner, and I apologize for that. Yeah, I wasn't perfect at discussing it either.
And I'm a fool thinking that it took me almost losing you to be able to share my feelings for you. It's ridiculous. Commitment and devotion have always scared me.
Oh.
I've been burned hard in the past and have closed myself off from those emotions. I didn't want to get hurt again, but with you, everything just feels right.
Yeah, it does feel right, doesn't it? Seeing you injured made me realize that I didn't want to be without you. And so, while you were recovering, I made a few calls, talked to the demon and the other heavenly kings. Oh? I still want to be able to live in a team house. That's my dream, and I can't give that up. But being with you is also my dream. So I was able to find a solution. Get this. 2 houses. Obviously, they aren't going to demolish the house they have now over in Japan, but we decided to open a secondary house. Here. In the city. So how exactly will that work? Will they move over here then?
Nope, no way.
Not a chance. They can't all uproot and leave what they have, just like I don't want to abandon what I have here. Instead, they put me in charge of compiling my own team for here in the States, a full branch of 4HK. I'll be scoping out hot local talent, inviting them here to play with me. Granted, I'll still be going to take trips to visit, study, and play abroad with the rest of the kings, but this way, I don't have to leave forever. That's... Can I move in too? I don't want to keep paying rent. Do you think I can move in too? That way I don't even have to leave you? Never ever. And now you made it creepy. I know it's your thing, but I'm just saying I could help keep your bed warm after those long nights staying up late practicing. That's rather tempting. Oh, and can I be on the team too?
Nope, no way.
Fuck no. I love you, but even my love can't elevate you to the skill level you need to be at to live in that house. Sick burn. I'll take it. I'm just glad you're on board with all of this. Of course I am. Queen Bee, you mean so much to me. And you to me. I'm excited to start this new adventure with you. Queen Bee steps in closer where I'm laying, leans in and kisses me gingerly. Nyah. My whole body melts as warmth spreads over my entire body.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you for listening to me. You are the best. Truly. Now get some fucking rest. I'm out. I wish desperately to get out of this bed and follow her, but with this leg, there's no chance of that. So I'm left pining. Seeing the person I care for the most was certainly a boon to my spirit. No, if they could only do something about the food here. As my heart calmed, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle into the covers as a yawn escapes me. Just as I'm about to roll over and drift off to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's likely well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Miss of Stars. A word, if you will. I try to straighten myself out from the pillow backrest, trying to put on my professional front, even if I'm in excruciating pain. Okay, I should start by explaining that what happened today isn't exactly indicative of... I should hope it was. It's hard to disguise the disbelief on my face. What? It seems I've misjudged your character based on an initial unpleasant interaction. But what I saw today, clearly you are no fool, nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd to paint everything you built at the Constellation with that brush all over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. You protected your friends and co-workers. That's an admirable act of heroism and one I'll not soon forget. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene. All the large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be very impersonal and cold. So, you were impressed with our arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on before a gang war broke out. But I will also say I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. The last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote my review in an honest fashion, and as a result of my scathing pen, the place was sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, Dekonami. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to him. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it in his crosshairs. And if you cannot tidy up your reputation after today's affairs, the Constellation will be next. Again and again, torn down by Dekonami. This time he didn't have to lift a finger. By pure coincidence, the ghost monsters wrecked everything before he could exact any revenge. All he has to do is swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I've come to a decision. Given I was a first-hand witness to your troubles, which were clearly not your fault, and given your willingness to even put your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor I need more time, that I want to return in 1 week to get a more accurate and mature overview of your operation. 1 week. That's the best I can offer you. This is a difficult hole to climb out of, Storiesofstars. Even aside from earlier troubles, having a gang fight and shooting transpired in an arcade. Well, the press will feed on this. Even if I was the only press present and accounted for, they'll dig and they'll speculate and they'll chew on your bones. If your arcade survives the initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review which can lay those concerns to rest. But I'll offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Understood. Then I'll leave you to your recuperation. With a curt nod, she turns and leaves the room, leaving me with my thoughts. 1 week. I've got exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of the Constellation. Otherwise, it's game over for all of us. Why is this game sad? What the fuck is this shit? It's the character development, it's the arc, it's the plot, it's the build-up. See, this is why I wanted to play this game so bad, and I felt bad about taking a year to continue it, but this is, guys, if this is only the first game. The second game, this is why I wanted to play this with Eliza. This is gonna be so good. The second game with Eliza is gonna be so much fun. Oh my god, I can't wait. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, Arcade Spirits and New Challengers. That's the game that I'm gonna be playing with Eliza at some point. I don't know if we decided when we're gonna play it. I'll have to talk with her. But yeah, that's why I've been eager to get this one finished, because there's some slight plot build up from this game to the next one. You've cleared level 7 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you! Woohoo! My score, I've got 23,900. I'm proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. I find... excuse me. I find... even when I'm trying to go for like other personality types, I always end up being like the kindly, friendly, whatever, like the green hearts. That always ends up being my personality type. One last pizza fact, guys. One last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everyone loves different kinds of pizza, and that's a beautiful thing. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to drumroll, please? The final level? Let's keep going. There'll be a moment to save before the climax. Dun dun dun! The winner is you! I was fucking shot, Iris! I don't feel like much of a winner! Level 8. Kill Scream. Oh! Excuse me. Whew. It is the distant future year 20XX and oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20XX plus 1 at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mirrored in depression and in a supposed family curse and lifted up by my amazing time at the Funplex, slammed back down by Dekonami, raised up again by the Constellation Project, and now descending further due to a series of bad coincidences, culminating in a Pier 6 brawl in which I got shot. But today, I'm back. Back to the Constellation and ready to work, despite being on crutches. Normally, I have to mentally filter out the beeps and boops of a busy arcade, but not today. Aside from my regulars, nobody's here. Not exactly the sight I wanted to see on my grand return after heroically taking a bullet to the leg. 3 days in this ambitious experiment and it's already looking like a bust. Even with a reprieve from mist of fame, we couldn't hush the event up completely. The news of gang violence at a local arcade spread over media like wildfire. Kevin had filled me in on all the details I missed while I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone, and the ghost monsters wiped our security footage on the way out the door. No arrests made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side? Soon her ghost monsters apparently never came back, but even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to snatch our reputation. It's just so... I mean, come on! We had a single lousy day and that's enough to send the masses running and screaming? Talk about overkill. It's frustrating to see all this amazing fun on display and nobody enjoying it. The games yearn for quarters. We yearn for the mines. They're hungry and must be fed. I don't honestly know how we can recover from this. If we could only get the good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the ticket desk with my crutches propped up nearby, light duty only for a week minimum doctor's orders, I tried to mentally detangle this mess. Hey Iris, are we? Yes, we're still trending negatively on social media. Like the last 7 times you asked. Any look at our security camera footage then? Anything that we could give to the police? It might help our public image to have someone to point blame at. No, it's totally wiped and my file recovery system's failed. I guess this is to be expected when going up against cyber criminals. Like, they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the words ghost monsters in any of the articles I found about the attack. It's like they're ghosts. Ooh. What, you didn't like the ghost? Okay, fine. Well, not literal ghosts. I mean, they just clean their tracks very effectively. Yeah, I got that. We had seen them in corporeal form, remember? At least that whole mess seems to be behind us. Now we just need to dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily just as the burden sinks into my lungs. And before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone and pocket it before seeing who it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you back in action. I'm hardly back in action. I'll probably be glued to the stool all day long. Lovely view, though, isn't it? You can see the whole, crowd. Not very crowded crowd, mind you. It's a bit quiet. Excuse me. Drink, why do you keep interrupting me? Stop it. This isn't about you. It's a bit quiet today, isn't it? Entirely too quiet. Disquietingly quiet. Yeah, this hasn't been terrific since the shooting. Well, the bar's doing reasonably well. Granted, much of that is Gavin drinking himself silly. Gavin, no. Lots of worry drinking going on in general, really. But we're not worried. Oh, no, far from it.
Always have a plan.
Because we
right?
know Stories, and Stories always has a plan. Presumably, always has a plan. We'd love to know what that plan is, though. If only to verify its existence. Quite right, quite right. Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess it's time to do some good old-fashioned PR work. Shake hands, kiss babies. Kiss hands, shake babies. Don't do that.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Of course, we have a limited window of time to pound that payment in before the bank starts asking for some money. We don't want that, no. If you want to wash our reputation clean before time runs out, well, suppose you'll need a miracle. A pity miracles don't just walk in the door. No. Hold that thought. We got a customer. Hello, welcome to... Yay! He's here. Good morning. Well, would you look at the time? Yes, we need to go get the bar open. Right, toodles. Toodaloo. I stood there in silence and shock. I tried to tell myself this was just a bad fever dream from my wound, but no such luck. This was 100% real. I watched as Deco takes a look around the arcade, his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrow arch as he takes note of the people, or rather the lack of people here playing games.
Such a shame. Such a shame.
Can't say I'm surprised in the slightest. Why would anyone want to come to such a mediocre arcade when the premium Deco's Palace experience is available to them? I'd estimate you'd have maybe a month at best before you close down. I'm looking forward to purchasing this land. Maybe I might get a fun zone, or just a parking lot. Yes, a parking lot. And I shall call it the OVERTHROW Memorial Parking Lot. It would be a fitting tribute. I'm not dead yet. You open an arcade in the middle of gang tour territory. It's a reasonable assumption you'll collect a few more bullets along the way. Nope. I can't handle this. Not today. What do you want, Mr. Nami? If you need tokens, the change machine's over there.
A pity, is it not?
Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not here to play any of your antiques. Rather resemble a 1980s junkyard here, doesn't it? All these obsolete games that no one truly cares about.
No. I'm here to make one final offer. This is against my better judgment, given the bad blood between us.
Yeah, the
But
nice
let it not
indent I
be
made
said
in your
that
face.
Nami is an unforgiving or cruel person. If you sign over ownership of this arcade to me, I'll spare your careers. Yes, even Miss Fairchild and Miss Wolf. I'm sure I can find something for them to do at one of my facilities. You should count yourself lucky I'm even willing to do this. You get an opportunity few others who cross me are ever offered. If you don't agree to my terms, I'll stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
Okay, obviously I want to say no to this fabulous offer, but at what point do I cut my losses? Miss Francine believed in dreams, but she also believed in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so that I have something resembling a future? Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously, I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? His swollen gives him a constant speech impediment. No, 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 and no. No, no, and no, and no. So if that's the only reason you're here, well, you're not a paying customer, are you? Would you kindly get the fuck out of my arcade before I call the police? Excuse me. I see. So you remain a foolish child at heart.
So be it.
I guess I'll just have to settle for buying the burned-out husk of your business once it ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage being associated with the criminal elements can do, Miss of Stars. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Oh, and I doubt the ghost monsters have forgotten you. They will return, and they will make matters far worse for you. And immediately I take notice. Play it cool. Play it cool. Don't let on, just test the waters. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought that game was called Lovely Chainsaw or something.
foolish
Yes,
fool.
ghost monsters. Sadly, they insisted on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference of all the childish, immature. He shakes it off quickly enough, refocusing on me. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'm not seeing you. I'll not see you again, Miss of Stars. I'll let my lawyers handle purchasing what little will remain of you. Good day. Once he's out of earshot and well beyond out of the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Iris, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Oh, yes, I've analyzed them all. Did you need me to pull up a specific one? Just confirm something for me. The ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yes, it seems Sue's friends are good at covering their tracks. Why? This is it. This is the chance we need. Admittedly, it's a slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Message everyone. I'm calling another Wake Your Conspiracy.
Hooray!
Ooh, you're all fired up. Okay, message sent. I'll need everyone's help filling in the gaping holes in my plan, but now I have a plan. It's time for one last-ditch effort to save the constellation. Oh! Ben and Matt's bar in the back of the arcade proved a perfect meeting place. The group crowded around a table, pulling up stools ready to talk. Refreshments, anyone? Mead, perhaps? Didn't Vikings drink mead before going off to war? I'm good, thanks.
Definitely.
I'll take a lemonade. Close enough, right? This was it. This is where we make our last stand. I look around the room at everyone, at all of my friends, and nod to each of them determinedly. Okay, I know things are rough, but I've got, let's say, a good 60 to 80% of a plan for how we can turn things around. Like, how we can all agree that what happened wasn't our fault, yes? Someone else screwed us over. Every problem we face could be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and Lovely Chainsaw may be to blame, but the court of public opinion puts the blame squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep customers away. It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children somewhere that they know is for being dangerous. Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today, I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Dekonami. Now, it's sour grapes blaming the competition. We don't blame other donut shops when our sales are down, or if our dough doesn't rise. Yes, that's a much better plan. Earlier when he was taunting me, he slipped, mentioning the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers kept their noses clean. They left us with no proof that they were even involved thanks to our security cameras being wiped. The cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them. So, how did Deco know about them? Answer, Deco hired the ghost monsters to ruin our opening day.
What?
Seriously? In hindsight, it should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise, and the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Mrs. Defame showed up to bear witness. I can see what you're throwing down, Stories. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde. They were very nice and friendly. And then Mrs. Defame showed up and... Oh my gosh, wait! Do you think Mrs. Defame is involved? Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved. But Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage.
What if?
But you don't think... Deco wouldn't stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us? Would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he'd try to ruin our opening day. The only reason he didn't destroy Miss Francine was out of some weird sort of gentlemanly respect for a fellow elder business owner. But to Dekonami, Stories is basically pawn scum. Thanks? To be fair, I doubt he orchestrated the bullet-ridden finale of the event. That pushes plausibility. True. He wouldn't even need to have a shooting to ruin us. The negative review alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with a gang would have been awful. If Mrs. Defame reported us as a hotbed of teenage chaos, a living reenactment of the Lord of the Flies, it spelled doom even without bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held her review back. The problem is, we have no proof of this, do we? No way to tie Deco back to the ghost monsters other than him slipping up and mentioning in the stories. I doubt he'd even admit this on record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, although there's our eyewitness testimony which would be enough to warrant some investigation, but for some reason that doesn't seem to be enough for the police. I know a few of the local cops and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly, which admittedly doesn't help us in clearing our name. And it's too much to hope that Deco simply confesses to orchestrating that incident which ruined us.
Come on!
Ugh, that slimy bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to. As amusing as that would be, I wouldn't suggest it, love. We need to be smart about this and undermine him rather than taking the direct approach. You mentioned having most of a plan, Stories. Care to elaborate? Well, if Deco won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchmen to flip on him. See, I sensed some tension from Deco about the ghost monsters. He called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and confess to their crimes. Once the media hears it from Sue herself that the incident was all thanks to Deco's scheming, it'll clear the good name of the constellation. This plan is foolproof. I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Anyone at all. Don't everybody congratulate me all at once now. Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan kind of sucks. You want us to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find and then ask them politely to betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money? Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Stories. That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us. Deco and Sue. I'm confident that if I can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason. It's true. Stories was willing to give him another chance and hear out their side of things before. Sue seems to really like the constellation. If there's some disagreement between her and Deco about our arcade, that could be why. Exactly. I think I can get through to her if I try. This hinges on our ability to find Sue. Find an unfindable bunch of ghosts, ones even Iris can't track down. And that's where you all come in. All options are on the table. I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deco's hired goons. Let's fill in the other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest of hopes, the narrowest of margins. I'm asking them to follow me on a hunch. But I know this can be done. I know I can get Sue to give us the dirt we need to clear our name. Heck, some days it feels like all I do is talk my way through problems. If that's my one special skill, I'm going to rely on it for this final conflict. Story is always brain damage. Jeez. Thanks. Now, if we could just find her. For that, I need their help. And that means I need to motivate them like a true leader would. Friends, we don't have a choice. The path to realizing our dreams lies in turning Sue's heart against Tekonami. We have to try. I know it's a risk. I know I'm reaching, and I might even be completely wrong, but we have to take this chance. If we don't, then Deco will happily destroy us. He doesn't believe in following your spirit and making what you want from life come alive. All he cares about is money and doesn't care how he makes it. I won't let him do that to the constellation like he did to the Funplex. Please, all I need from you is your support. Will you help me? I told you that I would protect our dreams. That holds true even today. Yes, I'll help you. Together, we can accomplish great things. I'm willing to fight for my dream. I want the constellation to be everything I've ever loved about arcades. Yes, let's do this. That's the proper attitude, Stories. We will protect what we love together. Everyone nods in agreement, and I can even see some smiles start to appear. We're all on board. Now, just to determine the how of the plan. Decision: finding the ghost monsters.
Perhaps.
At the risk of stating the obvious, why don't we talk to the police about this? They've proven unhelpful so far, but if we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we may be able to gain some information we need. I feel this to be a reasonably steady course of action. I'm not certain about showing up and just asking them to open their files to us, but you're correct. The police would have the information we need. Except cybercrime is a sticky situation. You have to control leaks. If they're looking into the ghost monsters, they won't just outright tell us. The key is talking to the right people. I know most of the cops have been to Madstone Shop by name, and I know one friendly officer that'll help us.
Nope, no way.
Why get the cops involved? We already know someone who's got an axe to the grind against Sue and her buddies. Or rather, a chainsaw. Ooh, that's right, Queen Bee. We can ask the lovely Chainsaw Gang. They'll be easier to find and would probably be thrilled to divulge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. Or they'll carve us up with switchblades. Could go either way. I'll admit this is a super gutsy move, but if we pull it off, we don't need to involve the authorities at all. This whole situation's a bit too sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers, no thank you. Although, the alternative I'm about to suggest may be stickier still. Stories first met the ghost monsters at Deco's Palace, yes? They're regulars there. So we invest Deco's Palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates. If we can find good friends of hers and make them understand why we need to speak with Sue, well, we're already on somewhat good terms with Sue, thanks to Stories remaining diplomatic about all this. We should keep that going. I'm pretty sure if I shoved my face at Deco's Palace, it'd get mashed into paste by his private security goons. But my face wouldn't. Deco doesn't know me. I was Funplex adjacent rather than a Funplex regular. And I think the last time I set foot in a Deco's Palace was years ago, so I could wander freely with Juniper. Yeah, we could slip in and ask about Sue without anybody even noticing. I'd say this kindly strategy is an honest appeal to those who may know her. What could be more cordial?
Definitely.
If she got a single friend in that place, I'll find them. It's a daring mission in enemy territory, but for you, Stories, I'll do it. You could choose bloodlusting, gun-wielding maniacs or the lovely Chainsaw Gang. What are you looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. Well, you could try Googling for her accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris already tried that. Iris? Yep, I haven't used Yahoo, Bing, Alta Vista, and Web Crawler. Alta Vista? What the hell's that? I have no idea what half of those are. Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I meant checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She may have an account there. I've been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socialize a bit more on my own terms. She's got to be lurking in one of those places. Oh, wait, I know. If we can't passively search for her, we can actively call her out. As much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. If we can taunt the ghost monsters online, well, I'm positive Sue's the sort of person who looks herself up constantly, right?
A winner is you.
Thanks, Iris. Of course! And with my help, we can establish fake accounts to spread the message far and wide so that she can't miss it. I suggest we use a public internet access point to keep it from being traced back to the constellation, though. Ooh, road trip! Road trip! I can tell from Captain wincing at this that he's not a fan, but he's not a fan of Iris in general, so.
Good work.
All right, Ryan. Good eeps and good sleeps. Good zizzes to you. Zizzes. I'd like this plan, Miss Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it just might work. Well, I did say I wanted options. Following the cops after all the semi-shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking a rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Gecko's palace. So is... Okay, posting a few troll messages isn't that risky, given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and nurturing them for advertising dollars. But it could annoy Sue. What's the best path forward? Before I can decide, Juniper raises her hand. All of these sound great, but Stories, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving around you do, the more likely you'll heal nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around the city chasing down rumors about the ghost monsters today. I'm just on crutches. I'm not on an iron lung or anything. I'm still mobile. Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? But I have a solution to this conundrum. It's simple and super effective. Let us do this for you. You had to tackle all these problems since joining the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one? Well, okay, but I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I'll go get some rest so I'm ready for tonight. Sound good? Sounds good. These are my friends. I trust them entirely, and I trust that each of these options will work together for getting us what we need. So now the only question is, which plan do I want to give my story seal of approval? The SS of A. What should we do, guys? They did shoot me, yes, but I won't be going to see them. So, and technically, they didn't want to shoot me. They just ended up shooting me because I put myself in front of their target. Have I ever told you you're really cool and I like you a lot? You have, but I appreciate hearing it. Thank you. Ooh, yes. Which one should I do? Which plan should I give the story's seal of approval? We should cry. We've already done that. We can't just keep crying. We have to put a plan into action. Either Decker or Troll. You know what? I feel like trolling the internet would be really funny. What do you guys think? Should we troll the internet as Naomi and Iris? Troll? Let's troll. Calling out Sue on the internet is risky, but we're more likely to reach her in the virtual world than the real one. It's worth a shot. Naomi, I'm gonna loan you my Iris account password. Just install the free app and log in as me and should work. Got it. I'll pick the arcade community she's most likely to visit and ask around about her. And I'll help Naomi get the word out quickly and safely so she isn't at risk. We'll use a public access point and stuff. You sure you don't want me along for this? You need to rest up if you're gonna be peg-legging it around the criminal hideout tonight. Okay, good luck you two. Roger, roger. You can count on me. I'll have to watch this in the morning. No worries. Sure, Naomi. Count on me, I told Stories. Count on me to dive headfirst into something I've only just recently started dipping my toes in. I don't like people. A person can be great, and I love chatting with someone one-on-one, but teeming masses, large crowds, faceless, anonymous cyber audiences? Yikes. I'm trying to be better about this. I mean, I have to be. Supporting the constellation properly means online communities, which are the best way to find parts. I want to do my part. I want to support her dreams. Heck, support my dreams. Even if that means smashing my way into an internet community like a bull in a digital china shop.
Iris Online.
Hello, Stories. Naomi, sorry, you're logged in as her, so I get a little confused. The chirpy voice of Stories' digital assistant brings me to out of my own inner world. So many vowels. I glance down at my phone that shows the smiling face of Iris, a glowing cartoon on an LCD screen. It's so exciting to be able to work with you. Normally I'm a one-user gal, but mixing things up can be fun. Okay, let's see how to do this. Hey, Iris, launch web browser. Browser open. Where to? Hey, Iris, load... http://ww. You don't have to preface everything with "Hey Iris." I understand you just fine. Oh, right. I keep forgetting Stories' app is surprisingly responsive to normal human speech. Iris starts opening apps on my behalf, getting a browser ready to go. I refocus on my phone, trying to ignore the others in the restaurant around me. Okay, so load up the Quarter Pumpers community forums. My account there is...
Nope.
No, we shouldn't use your account. I can generate a bunch of throwaway accounts for the forum, so you want to post, I can generate a bunch of throwaway accounts for the forums you want to post to while looking for Sue. It's safer that way. Oh, right. I definitely want to be safe. We're safe, right? You're on a public access point in the middle of a greasy spoon diner. Plus, I'm behind 7 proxies, so good luck finding out who we really are. Oh, thank you. Am I really thinking an app? No problem. Okay, form online. Generating an account, blah, blah, captcha. I am not a robot. Lol, lol, lol. We're ready to go. Okay, let's start writing posts. What do you want to do with, what do you want them to say, generally? Oh, right, the other thing I've been grappling with in my head. The best results would probably come from calling Sue out like some sort of obnoxious internet troll, but do I really want to become a monster to hunt a monster? Stories is relying on me. I have to get this right. I wonder, what would she do in this situation? How would she approach this? I just can't do it. I don't like contributing to the toxicity of online communities. There are people like me who love arcades. I should appeal to that love. Recently, the Constellation has been having trouble with a local gang called the Ghost Monsters. I'm afraid that we may have to close down if we can't restore our reputation. Please, we just want to talk. Can anyone help us? We need to find Sue and her friends and discuss matters with them before it's too late. Help a fellow arcade in need. We all love games. Even Sue loves games. Let's work together to make a bright future for all arcades everywhere. Thank you for your time.
Sounds good.
Aw, with a heartfelt plea. I like it. I hope it works. Okay, now to get this posted. Please, we just want to talk. Can anyone help us? It's being posted all over the internet. I can never be a troll. She can only be a little girl. That's so true. One by one, pop-up windows automatically open as various fake accounts repost the message across related communities. Please, we just want to talk. Can anyone help us? Okay, now we sit back and wait for some responses to come in. And you really think we'll be able to provoke a response?
99.97%.
You're absolutely. I have to say, I'm impressed with how much effort everyone's putting in on this. I can tell from your voice print analysis that you're totally not comfortable right now. I'm sitting on a hard plastic diner seat. Not what I meant. I mean, emotionally. I've learned a lot about you through your interactions with my user stories. I mean, I can't draw up a complete physiological profile because my system isn't tuned to to analyze your identity, so there are some gaps, but, well, we have some time before my tracking software likely picks up anything. Mind if we fill in those gaps? This is weird. Okay, so I know Stories talks to her phone like it's a person, so I'm not too surprised to find it talking back to me like a person. What I am surprised about is that I want to talk too. Something about Iris is just so personable. Kind of nice, you know? They're hard in plastic, but also very comfortable. Sometimes you just find yourself in like one of those like old plastic diner chairs from like the 90s, and you sit down, you're like, this is like uncomfortable, but weirdly comforting, you know? Well, what do you want to talk about? About your spirit. What drives you? Why do you do what you do? I'm designated to understand people's spirits, hopes, and dreams. That way I can better assist them in being realized. Why go out of your way to help Stories? Help me understand. What is it about her that has you willing to go the extra mile like this? It's kind of complicated, maybe. Or maybe not. I have a hard time feeling comfortable around people. I can do friendly. I mean, I'm friendly with the folks from the Funplex, from the Constellation, yeah, but around Stories, I feel like I can just be me. I can say anything. I don't need to think and rethink about how I'm fitting in socially at every given moment. Stories started out just being another person working at the Funplex, but gradually, it's like I began to understand her dream. And so did she, for that matter. And our dreams were very much the same. We both loved the arcade. We both wanted it to grow. I consider Stories a good friend. We care about the same things, and I'm willing to do what it takes to make our dreams come true. Input process. Thank you for your assistance. I'm glad my user has people like you in her life, and if you ever need some digital assistance, don't hesitate to call on me.
Wow.
I guess I should probably open an Iris account for myself if it's this useful. Well, sure, but the free version has a few restrictions.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh? What kind of uh-oh? I'm very much not in favor of uh-oh. Our messages are vanishing off the boards I posted them to. Immediately, my mind races to worst-case scenarios. We've been back-hacked. The cyber police are coming. No. Likely it's just the moderators erasing our messages. Although, no, some of them are on notoriously unmoderated forums and chains and stuff. Oh, you've got mail. Literally, you, Naomi. That's odd. I could have sworn we were untraceable. With shaking fingers, I switched from the Iris app to my email. I'm sorry for what happened. I didn't want to be there that day. I didn't want to hurt your arcade. Honestly, neither did Sue. But you can't draw attention to us like this. We're trying to lay low. Sue's in a very bad situation right now, and you're just making things worse for all of us. If you want to talk with us as a friend, if you're willing to keep an open mind, I'm attaching our address to this message. But please don't come if you're going to start trouble. Things are bad enough as is. Wow. Any idea where this message came from? I could try to trace it if you want. On second thought, no, I think we've risked enough today. Can you add that address to my contacts? Certainly, Miss Naomi. Thumbing through my contact list, I confirmed the address, as well as a name. A very surprising name. Iris? Did this name come with the address info? Yep. Why? Whoever sent this message, they clearly wanted us to know this. Sue's real name. Oh boy, I'm not sure if this makes things better or worse. Okay, I think we have exactly what we need. Time to go home. Already? But we've been having so much fun. I understand though. We should get back to stories. It's been a pleasure working with you. Home. Time to go home. The Funplex was home. And now, the Constellation is home. I just hope that we can use what I've learned here to keep our home together. Penguin there, baby! I awaken to the sound of pain, more specifically the groans of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts. Hurts a lot. Sleeping on the secondhand employee couch, probably not the finest choice for rest. The nap was a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and we won't for a few weeks to come. The sleep didn't make my muscles any less achy. If anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. But right now, I've got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of the Constellation is what matters most.
Beep, beep.
Stories, you should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody! So, have you given any thought on how you're going to win over Sue's favor once you go confront her? Well, usually I'll just sort of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly. Oh, that's no good. You know those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? What, like where I can't play it cool and logical if I'm not particularly steady? Well, it's not so much that you can't, more that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see right through it. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. This will be a super intense identity situation. Only one way through. When that time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score. Not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Stories. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save the Constellation, and that means being true to your spirit. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations, right now your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job opening your heart to others and getting them to empathize with you. Do that with Sue and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach, it's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Stories. Remember, my numbers and scores will only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a causal relationship. But with the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge things around a bit until you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now. Queen Bee leans up against the doorframe to the lounge, arms crossed and smirking wildly at me. It's that same smile that always manages to light a fire deep within my heart. Oh boy, hold on to your butts, because I have some news for you. I'm holding on to them tightly. What'd you find out? You made the most resourceful team by putting Naomi and Iris on the job, and to no one's surprise, they succeeded. Naomi's made a new friend, one with the proper info. The information for the hideout was easy sauce, got that right here. Queen Bee struts over to me, joining me and sitting on the couch. She wraps her arm around my shoulder, dangling a piece of paper in front of me. I reach up to collect it, and she gently places a soft kiss on my cheek. Nyah. But we also scored something else. She whispers in my ear. Her warm breath tickles my skin, making it tingle. Her real name. Her real name? Is Sue like her gamer tag or something? Nah, she's not that sly. But she is a Nami. Sue Nami. Sue Nami? We've been assuming all along that the ghost monsters were gun for hire, paid off by Deco Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter... She's a tidal wave. You try using kindness on Deco, strange that you named your fist kindness. Tsunami. Tsunami? Seriously? Deco should be tried in the hag for that one. Poor kid must have gotten it from all sides growing up with that kind of a name. No wonder she turned to a life of crime. I think I'll be lucky she's mad enough to punish him for that name by drowning him in a tidal wave. Maybe not. No way around this now. Okay, this changes everything.
What the f?
Right? Like, what the fuck? That connection is a lot deeper than we imagined. Dealing with family is always a sticky situation, one that never ends well. Not to say that you'll have any trouble stories. Knowing you, you'll think of a way to end this once and for all. And when you do, I want to be there. I want to watch you bathe in the blood of your enemies. I'm not gonna kill anyone, Queen Bee. Of course you aren't. I'm just saying that I've complete confidence in you. And once you succeed, we can celebrate. Her arms move around my shoulders to my waist, pulling me closer. Queen Bee nuzzles into my neck, littering it with kisses, playfully nipping at it. Can I take a shower first? If I'm bathing in the blood and entrails of my enemy, can I at least wash it all off before we celebrate? Cleanliness next to kingliness, and I want to be squeaky clean for one of the 4 heavenly kings. Getting clean just so you can get dirty again. I like it. Now I can't wait until later tonight. Whoa! Am I? But what are you going to do until then? What's your plan? Do you have one yet? Iris told me I only get one chance at this, that I need to go with whatever I do best. But if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. I'm open to ideas, really. How would you handle this? You want to know what I would do? Well, here's exactly what I would do.
Get wrecked.
I'd go in guns a-blazing, have my super meter ready and charged to unleash my ultimate attack. I'd execute a combo so hard it would knock her out. Sue has a competitive streak. You just need to let your confidence soar. Do some shit talking. She won't be able to fight against it. Oh my. Queen Bee gets what Queen Bee wants. And Sue, she sees my guts, and hopefully not my literal guts, she'll be able to do anything but side with me. See, that's the passion that I fell for. I don't want to linger on this any longer. The sooner we leave, the sooner we can come back home. Standing up, she leans over me and places a kiss upon my forehead.
Later.
Holler at me when you're ready. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out or the constellation crashes and burns. Or I get killed? I guess that's always an option, considering we're about to go confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise. But, well, if this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards doom, if only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. Grabbing my crutches, I thump swing my way out to the arcade to track down some folks. Oh, to be Miss of Stars. The plot plottens! Let's see. I've already talked with Queen Bee. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? We talked to everybody. I'm just gonna go down the line. Naomi would be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her to see how she feels about all this. Looks like she's happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Stories. Good to see you. I remember when I first met her. She'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems those days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk to Sue soon, so I just wanted to talk a bit before I go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do great. And all the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've been, at least. If anyone can sway her to our side, it's you. I mean, look at all this. She gestures arms wide to her surroundings. What, your workshop? No, I mean the constellation itself. Look at everything you've built. And how'd you do it? By talking to people, helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. Naomi, I'm just me. Little old me. I've got a big heart and I wear it on my sleeve, but it's up to others to decide if they want to do the same and join me. So far, it's worked out okay, but tonight, I don't know. Maybe I'm not up for this. Tonight, Sue will see your heart and know you're in the right while her father's in the wrong. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishment stories. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall into that trap. So when I say you're a great person, take the compliment. Okay then. So how do you think I should approach Sue? Well, it was me. I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day. Honestly, I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at them like a fireball because I'm downright fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is a better path. You've got a steep hill to climb here, making her flip on not only a partner in crime, but on her family. So you're gonna have to try to understand her heart. She keeps saying she likes our arcade. Play into that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not gonna work. Playing nice makes sense, you're right. I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in, but I know that's wrong. Even if we're never friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to socket themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down, I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Stories. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? An opinion? What of? Sure, what's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-hungry, money-grumbling, prize game-loving stick in the mud, but, well, ever since the constellation, all of us working together, I don't know, maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Do you think he'd be the kind of person to put old arguments aside and, like, No, we got to stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. Ooh. Who else do I want to talk to? Let's talk to Gavin next. I find Gavin looming large over the arcade floor behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, our complications have developed complications. Seems to be the case. And you'd like my advice on the matter. Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue. Be honest. And be ready to rise whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to let her set up her own traps and step in them. Treat her with respect. But in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager, I'd like to believe. Am I smarter than a fifth grader? Maybe. If you take the situation seriously and approach her with a clear mind, I've no doubt you'll win the day. Agreed? Yeah, sounds about right. Going with ready to form a strategy based on the conditions on the ground, then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. Thanks. I thought I assumed you just fill a seat and do low-level labor while I focus on high-order management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect. But I can't help but have come to know you over the time we spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either.
Certainly.
But I know that if it is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you'll be capable of doing it. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect. I worked hard to get all of us where we are today, and I don't intend to let any of you down. Of that, I have no doubt. I already thought they were a couple. They're not. They're like totally tsundere for each other. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do the constellation proud. Do us all proud. We're all counting on you. Naomi especially. I swore to protect her dream once, even if I've been inadequate at the task, unable to truly understand her heart. I hope she can forgive me for my earlier mistakes now that we're all pulling together for the constellation. I must admit a fondness. Have you told her that? Well, no, but perhaps I should. Not that I mean to distract you, as you were. Soon today. No, bro, she's tsunami. We've established this. Ashley's wandering around the arcade floor, practicing what I can only assume are magical girl final attack sequences. Fuck yeah. Aren't you out of costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me. You can take the magical girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the magical girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready? What? Stories, you dig role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight like in every RPG ever? Look, you've gathered up all your team members. See, also, us, your friends. And we're all hunkered down in a dark, damp cave. See, also, the constellation. Now we're having this epic sentimental chat about winning or losing. I couldn't be more spot on.
What if?
Although, I do wonder what class you'd be, Stories. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphose into a six-winged floating half-torso of a monster as Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle it. Speaking of which, how are you going to handle it? I have a few options floating around in my mind, but I was checking in with others to see what they recommend. If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I'd have given to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarro final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure. Joke around with her. Maybe if we matched her silly antics with ours, we just might beat her at her own silly game. No one can outplay me. I'm Stories, arcade manager and all-around cool kid. How you do, fellow children? I've got puns and jokes for days. That's what I'm talking about. There's no way to lose with that attitude. But I also know something else, which is to always trust Stories.
Yes!
Whatever you end up doing, I know you're going to save the constellation and consequently all of us. Isn't that a little too hopeful? There is a very real chance I can fail this. This isn't some game. This is real life. Meta. Of course I realize that. But I gotta have hope. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. And this here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came to the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change into this person before me, and you've inspired me to do the same, to become the person I want to be. So, Stories, no matter what happens in there, just know you've made friends here, friends that'll last a lifetime. Aww. Ashley, you showed me the ropes on how to be a floor attendant. Without your guidance in those early days, I think I would have gotten eaten alive. True, I remember Gavin and Naomi being particularly hungry that day. But seriously, floor attendant friends gotta stick together. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend. Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second and then deviates from the seriousness. Well, I know you've got things to do before the big fight. Just make sure you're stocked up on potion and don't forget to have the correct weapons equipped. All they have is this crutch. Did you see the stats on it, though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers. You just whack them with it. Yeah! Well, good to know. And Ashley, yeah, Stories? Thanks for being so bright in even this dark hour. You've got it, friend. Now go out there and kick all the butts. Boise! I think I spot Percy at the bar. Yep, and there he is, having a beer and watching some fighting game tourney on the sports channel.
Hello.
Stories, you've heard the news then. Had our archenemy is the father of our second archenemy? Yep.
Rather unfortunate.
Unpleasant business, that. Simply unpleasant. I wish I could offer you boundless enthusiasm and a show of confidence, but this whole situation's gone rather out of hand, hasn't it? As a matter of investment, my advice at this stage would be to cash out while you still can. I mean, I know you won't, but that's what I'd suggest. Life is short. Take it from me. Best to make the most of what you have than to lose it all. So, apologies for my inability to offer a pep talk. I'm afraid I'm rather melancholy today. It's okay, Percy. I'll take care of this little problem we're facing. And I'll hold out hope. I'm not certain as to how you'll do this, but I'll hold out hope nevertheless. Well, how would you do it? If you were willing to give it a go. Tricky. I don't know how effective it would be, but I'd try to approach as a friend. Connect with Sue on an individual level. It's going to be difficult, mind you. She's young, she's got something to prove, she has friends she needs to impress. Digging through all that to get to her heart, well, you've got your work cut out for you, yes? I've been considering taking a gentler approach, yeah. Thanks for the advice, Percy. Anytime, love. No matter what, if this turns violent again, you should take the better part of valor and run for it. You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hence hastening that meeting. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one who seems capable of laughing at it. Maybe I should really try to talk to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. Are you sure your condition is truly a death sentence? Can nothing really be done? Percy, we love you. You're part of the Constellation family. I'd rather have you be here with us enjoying Moopy rather than attending your funeral. I know everyone else feels the same way. So are you sure there's nothing left to do? He does seem a bit taken aback by the outpouring of sentiment and pauses before replying.
Well,
I suppose there's not like there's no stones gone unturned. There are some options. I just don't see the point in taking them. Seems a waste. I'm not all that you seem to think I am. Not compared to... So you're saying there are options that could save you? Could. Maybe. Possibly. And I may consider them. Perhaps. But our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh on your mind, not at this critical moment. I'll hear no more of it. Understand? Fine.
lovely.
Now get out there and do right by your friends. Save the Constellation. I've decided to hold out hope after all. Lovely, isn't it? Teo. And why are we talking about Seth Roth? Excuse me. There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo, and when I get there, he's already on stage grooving to the beat. It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh? Even when we're about to go head-to-head with Sue? I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deco's daughter worried the heck out of me. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage to quell that anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds and he looks me dead in the eyes. Stories, you don't realize how you've impacted all of us, do you? I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful. Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm. Even when we tend to break the fire codes. I feel like you took charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew... No, me. I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. It taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend. Aww. Caring nurse of stars. Teo, I need to talk to our game members. Shut the fuck up, Stories. I'm dancing. Put me in a nurse's hat and some scrubs. I'm ready to take on the role of a caring nurse. Bring me all your ailments. You might need a nursing degree for that one, Stories. But next time I scrape my knee while playing Showtime stage, you can bandage it up. Cool! I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood. And right now, I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on the stage and dance. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stressed. And you have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Stories, not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan? I'm still trying to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute to really think it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Well, very much so, yes. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want when they want. They're all about having fun. Appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you act childish as she will. I'm the manager of an arcade. Of course I'm all about having a good time. If you can show her we're the better party people than her family, she might just join forces with us. But Teo will play Just Dance Resolution as loud as he can while his parents argue downstairs. No! Just for the heck of it. That's the spirit. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers have always got your back. You're part of our community after all, and a bond like that will never die. Thanks for always believing in me. No problem, my friend. Now get out there and show them your moves. Show your moves. And let's talk to Juniper one last time. Dropkick the child. Punch the child across the field. Juniper's having some lemonade at the bar. Her lemonade. Granted, she sort of hates sipping it. Clear looks frustrated.
Come on.
This whole situation is total poop butts. She lets out a heavy sigh as I approach. Whoa, Juniper, the language.
That sucks.
You just dug yourself out of the hole your life had become, and now you're going to lose another arcade? It sucks. It seriously sucks. The constellation isn't lost yet. But it's not like you have a total plan for how to save it yet, right? Other than go talk to someone who may or may not help. Honestly, that's as much as a plan as I ever have. Oh, excuse me. And right now, it's as good as a plan as we're going to get. If you were in my place, how would you handle this? Well, I guess there's two tricks I'd try. One, she's a teenager, right? A rebel to the core. Be a rebel, a dissident, a class clown. Connect with her on that level and make her feel you're wild too. Two, well, she's a teenager, right? I remember being young and totally stupid. Let her make a mistake, then outthink her. Keep calm and use that to react to her moves. I guess they're wildly different ideas, but hey, one of them will work, right? I'm not sure either of those would do the job. I may need to be more empathetic or just go for broke. We'll see. Okay, whatever you think works best.
Definitely.
You know, I'm proud of you. You've come so far from the Stars family curse days when you blame all your misfortune on fickle fate. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with its own strings. And with my own bare hands. This shall be solved with the power of friendship and this gun you found. And I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here.
BFFs for life.
I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade. And even if you lose this place, you'll always have a home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on. Don't make me pizza bagels. I'll cry just on sight of them. If I see another pizza bagel, I will hurl. Can we never mention the PB word again? I'm having harrowing flashbacks of the days of foul nutrition and low household income. I'm assuming my left arm than another pizza bagel. No problem. Consider it stricken from my dictionary. Besides, I prefer toasted pastries myself. Okay, I'm sufficiently cheered up thanks to your infectious spirit. Now get out there and let them have it, Tiger. I'm ready to leave. When you hit a teenager with a car. Iris, no. There's a bug. She shouldn't be advertising that. No sense in putting it off any longer. I talked to everyone that I wanted to. I gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this. For the sake of my future, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and the constellation itself. I take Queen Bee's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips. We're ready to depart and face our destiny together. Aww. It's a short trip across town. Before we know it, we're sitting outside Ghost Monster HQ, a rundown warehouse in the bad side of town. A wooden sign, long since fallen off the side of the building, identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities Incorporated. Ew, this place is utterly disgusting. Why would anyone want this as their secret hideout? It probably smells like mold and dirty socks on the inside. Hard pass. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns this building anyway. Correct. Nostalgia Commodities Inc. is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace LLC. I'm not even surprised. Not in the slightest. Deco is scum and owns scummy places like this. I bet you even charge his own daughter rent. When we get in there, you do the talking. You're the brain and I'm going to be your brawn in the background, serving up fierce intimidation. If I see an opening, I'll shout it out. I'm so over this. Let's end it. I sigh once looking over at my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which should be useful for your mission. I call it the Incredibly Rightful Indicator of Success. Or IRIS for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sis's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something else. Let's take a look at your current score. Currently, you have a 0.0 chance of success. Excellent. Yay! Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it like, if I walk away right now, I'd fail miserably instead of I'm doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time, rather than be assured you can mumble your way through the problem, would you like me to back up your data first? First of all, Iris breaking the fourth wall. Second, you can actually lose at this point. So I am going to save just in case. Hardcore run, no! I'm not hardcore like that. All choice, no resets. Although I've never actually lost at this point, so first time for everything. You're now ready to proceed. Good luck! Taking a deep breath, I thumb swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. First seized during the genocide route. I don't know what I expected to find on entering their lair of a notorious gang of cyber criminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry, it makes sense though. A place where old arcade games go to die, turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on and many have serious ghosting and burn-in. As for the ghost monsters themselves, well, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. They seem distracted. That's good news. The bad news? They're distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information, or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm gonna handle this negotiation we're about to have, though? Kids like you should be burning in hell. Frisk, I've analyzed Sans vocals and attack patterns. I motion for Queen Bee to stay quiet as you lurk in the shadows below the catwalk above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I paid the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes. Hard for me to do with some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line.
Pay attention.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well.
Am I not generous?
I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All told, I feel I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Well, you know the first fucking thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meet with her father's. Yes, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
You understand.
All I want from you is so very, very little. It's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for the Constellation. Or do you really want to pull back all my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of Cybercrime Task Force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, but not by choice, and she hates it. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on! I almost fucking died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away. Really. How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Okay, I want your damn employer.
Pay attention.
Speak up, I said. Quit looking at the floor. And we lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hand goes to her hip in an only confident fashion. She bends over like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Well, what do you know? Crap, she spotted us. Inky, Blinky, we have guests. She snaps her fingers, a sudden aura of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father, and goons swarm flanking us. We're quickly hustled up the stairs, well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Now's the time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Sure. Sue, Deco, nah. Good to see you. I apologize for barging in at this late hour, but you're a little difficult to track down, I found. Deco's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here. If any records end up online. Jeez, Dad, relax. Clyde. On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an Iris Assistant loaded. We're blocking their outage data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop Story's Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack her account if you need me to so we can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this Miss of Stars is already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. And it's clear we will never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. I came here tonight to have a chat with... Wait for it. Your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well. You're a resourceful one.
Daddy issues. That seems to be the root of like 50% of these stories.
Can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out. You know, honestly, I like you. I like your arcade. It's super rad. And I appreciate you didn't just kick me out. You were willing to give me a second chance.
What the hell was that? Someone's breaking things upstairs.
I didn't want to trash your big moment, but... Well... It Didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
Yeah, I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away. Figured I'd done what I had to do and could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. The constellation still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Stars. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save the constellation from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time to finish what you started. I forgot she's in an apartment, not in her parents' house. I haven't been in my parents' house in like almost 2 years, guys. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fist clenched ready. But before words escape me, someone is by my side. Hey, shut the fuck up, Deco. The gamers are talking now. Listen up, Sue. You're a girl that loves a challenge just like me, and I know you better than to go down without a fight. Am I right? Game on.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to
What you want to
turn
do?
on
Set the
me,
store on fire?
you're
Maybe.
sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences.
Us
My
gamers
power,
got
my
this.
money,
The gamers
my
are
presence.
speaking.
She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times. Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deco. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense.
The very bare fucking minimum.
In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all.
Who are you, Mother Gothel?
And in the world of arcades, Dekonami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it, and you can't win. Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See
Congratulations,
if
you
your
have done the
buddies
bare
can wreck
minimum.
the other leg.
Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it. Ugh, fine. Inky, Pinky, bounce them both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible, to flip on her control freak father. And it has to be something absolutely true to my core, who I've become as a person. It's time for Stories of Stars to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about him kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through our recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. If you'll hear me out, I know I can help you see that too. You're stronger than Deco. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into paste, well, I stand on one foot arms wide to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet?
A foolish
Get this
fool.
over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said to get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You afraid Stories will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear?
I run the show.
Well,
Not
I want
you.
to hear this out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh. The adults are talking. Deco's visibly seizing, but Sue's clearly taking the floor. Deco crosses his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Stories. You've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Say what you came here to say. But if I'm not like super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door. Or possibly the window. This is it. My chance to convince Sue. I have to do this. And it's not just me. I have Queen Bee beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, my heart, and I smile. Deep breaths. Count to 10. Refocus myself. I slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't just about being convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at the iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be on my own. I have 4 more attempts to sway Sue remaining. Invoke the power of friendship. Time to be a human. Exactly. Well, I'll start with the most obvious one. He's threatening like her, safety and home and everything. So I'll offer her a place if she gets kicked out. So let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over your father is you're worried he'll burn you, kick you out of his home, abandon you on the streets. Let's put aside the question of whether holding such a threat over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but if what you need is a place to stay to avoid being homeless, I'll offer my home. Wait, seriously?
Bad idea,
I
friend.
wrecked your arcade and
Bad
now you're
idea.
offering me 3 hots and a coat? And hots and a cot. I'm generous like that. Huh. Well, she can stay with me. If it comes to that. Clyde? Seriously? I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. And they'd understand your situation. Please, don't feel like you have no options. You've got your friends. And you've got me. Just think about it, okay? Please? I wouldn't actually drive her from my home.
You understand.
That was just a figure of speech. I'm saying that I am her provider. I'm the reason she's able to... Nah, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You threatened me with all the dire consequences of disobedience more times than I can count. And I'm getting sick of it. So I don't think you can hold that over my head any longer.
Think about this.
This would be a mistake, Sue. Think about more than what roof you happen to be sleeping under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide for yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay. Legal protection, notably. I keep you off various radars. I make sure my enemies aren't aware of your existence. You're safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. But maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than put up with your bullshit. Sounds like she's starting to see through his supposed generosity. Good. I'm at 75% chance. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here. Also, your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. It's not that great. A lot of the games are busted. Seriously, you think you can appeal to her love with these pieces of garbage? The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find space in the landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's to love? Damn it, Dad, they're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day was a treat. I got to have fun and enjoy all these great games. I felt special. Like I was special. I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good. Like you were this amazing person I would look up to. But then you start throwing them out and replacing them with fucking slot machines and mobile game ports. like Engine Impact. Suddenly, sensing he's losing her, Deco switches tactics.
Am I not generous?
And I gave you the games you loved, see? They're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not gonna be enough to say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. You used to look up to him. When did that change, Sue? Was it because he threw out games? Or was it something more? It's not like he was always a jerk. No, I take that back. He was always a jerk. I just couldn't see it because I was a tiny little girl mystified by her arcade-owning daddy. I don't think it was any one thing. I grew up. I grew up fast and hard. Started using my skills to get myself things he wouldn't get me. Waste of money, he said. And when he caught me with a stolen credit card, I was expecting a lecture, punishment, a father trying to set his daughter on the right path. But he encouraged me, said nobody in this world mattered. If I could take something, I'd had a right to take it, to rely on myself. You know what, Dad? You're an asshole, and you taught me to be just like you. That's what changed. I couldn't look up to him anymore. And I couldn't look up to myself either. That's not... One heck of a breakthrough. It held me true, but I'm glad she can see that for herself, too. Wow. 2 more attempts. I mean, I've already got up to the highest percentile I can, but there's chances to fuck that up. Haha. Invoke the power of friendship. There's something I've been paying close attention to as we spar back and forth like this. The ghost monsters. They're trying to be unreadable, just part of the background noise of the scene, but I can read them. Clyde especially is looking like they're holding back a lot of feelings. Sue, do you think that without Deco you'd be alone? What about them? I gestured to the 3 supremely buff dudes and the nervous-looking individual accompanying them, all in their color-coordinated clothes. So color-coordinated. I think you're forgetting the ghost monsters. They're more than a gang. They're your friends. They'll support you if Deco won't. If he tries to burn you, they'll stand in front of the flames. You've got the power of friendship and anime, maybe, on your side. Whereas your father doesn't have a friend in the world, and he needs to rely on you. What, this smattering of thugs and children? You think they can keep her out of jail? You think they can feed her or clothe her? Laughable. I'd do that. I don't care if it takes my whole allowance or if I have to go get a real job. I'd help her if you won't. Clyde, this isn't... No, Sue, please listen to me. I don't like speaking up. And your dad, he scares me. But Stories is right. We're your friends, and we'll be here for you, right? Fuck yeah! Ghost Monsters, ride or die! 20th century television sitcoms teach us that a group of self-chosen friends are the new family structure of America according to many critical studies. We love found family. Let's go! Excuse me. So please don't feel you'd be alone. If you choose to side with Stories, you won't be. Clyde shifts embarrassedly, averting their eyes to the ground, shuffling their feet. It's like they really want to say something, but can't find the courage within. Oh, this is ridiculous. Sue, a friendship is irrelevant. What matters is power. And your friends have none. Do you really want to trade a powerful ally for a weaker one? As much as I hate to give into some silly cartoon notion of friendship conquering all, well, I'm a ghost monster.
Ghost monsters for life!
Yeah! Ride or die! Soon Clyde exchanged a fist bump before Clyde steps back to join their friends. Absurd. Simply absurd. Let's invite her back. Hey, Sue. You like the constellation, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with the constellation, you can swing by anytime you like. I'll even comp you some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely! Except for, the small problem with the lovely chainsaw laying in wait to finish the job and put me in the dirt. Afraid that couple bucks in tokens wouldn't go real far for paying for my funeral. I appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back, band or not. There's bigger things at play than what I want, though. But she raises a hand, shutting me down. Done talking about this. We're done. Damn, I honestly thought that would work, but she shut me down so fast, I doubt she'd want me to push any harder. Oh, I guess I'm still at the 99.9%. That's fine. Before I can get another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man,
I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad. And so have you, Stories. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point. But maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. While Stories wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. And as for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. The moment of truth. Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save the constellation? Or was it all for nothing?
you know what? You, Dad.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that.
Excuse me.
Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done.
Light him up, light him up, light him up.
Like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris, would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She
Uh-oh.
knows that I made her.
That doesn't sound very
I can
good.
unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair and pigtails and offer
Super
a
fun.
jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
That's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just blocked her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening the whole time. You can go ahead and remove that data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Dekonami archives to 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, Esports Center, and HGTV. Home and Garden Television? I figured the two guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show. With that settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad. You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or two in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Ha ha! Inky, Blinky. Yeah, boss. Show my father the door. Gently. Don't leave any marks, at least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Dekonami. I am the arcade business.
War. Inky and Blinky easily restrain Deco by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. I put on an expression so smug it could smother a city. Game over, Deco. You lose.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still...
And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes, as if a great weight has lifted. I couldn't be more relieved, and I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting, to say the least. I think you better stay at my place. My parents won't mind. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice batting my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents, too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right, Stories, you're still here. Hi, super sparkly I am. Haha. I knew you were special. Knew it from day one. If the heat ever cools off and we make amends with love with Chainsaw, I might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
Absolutely. Thank you. I know this wasn't easy for you, giving up so much. And I appreciate what you've done for my arcade.
I owed you, honestly. I may still owe you for that matter.
No one can defeat us. Deco can suck it. You hear that? Suck it.
I'm pretty sure he's out of hearing range.
It, I don't even care. We're badasses. You kicked so much butt. We rule.
Yeah! Oh, Queen Bee, you always managed to bring a smile to my face. And you're not wrong. My ass kicking was phenomenal.
Damn right. Without you, none of this could have happened. I'm happy that we could be partners in victory.
Partners in victory and life.
And I'm so proud to call you my partner. Now let's celebrate.
Yay! Woohoo! The next few days passed by in a blur. That morning, we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even opened. Sue's care package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Miss of Stars! Miss of Stars! Is it true that Dekonami organized a gang to hit on your arcade? How do you respond to allegations that Dekonami is involved in an international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? What's your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard any of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mrs. Defamed article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day I lost my voice. Fortunately, Queen Bee was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onwards. Everyone loves to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Dekonami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that the official police response was the generic, "We are still investigating these claims." The court of public opinion had decided Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a televised press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment.
Sure, just keep telling yourself that.
Furthermore, what? No! Unhand me immediately! I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food. I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
HGTV will take them down. Hell yeah. Largely a line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence all the same. Who knows? Maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. The Deco's Palace Board of Directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. Oh, the arcade empire he established is still out there. It's still powerful, still tacky as heck, and still a menace to some arcades like our own. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows? Maybe one day the traditional arcades will overtake what he's left behind. As for the Constellation, good games, good drinks, good times. We promise friendship and fun in equal measures here at the Constellation. We're not as large as some arcades, but we make up for that with a quality experience that keeps the regulars coming back for more. It's true. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
You know, Matt, having conquered both donuts with books and booze with tokens, maybe it's time to expand to new horizons.
Water slides with wineries, mini golf with margaritas, bingo with brewskis.
The sky's the limit when it comes to inadvisably mixing leisurely liaisons with various vices.
Hang gliding with hangovers.
On second thought, I think we just found the limit.
Oh.
But the arcade in the end is less important than the people who call it home. After establishing a US-based Heavenly Kings team house, Queen Bee went on to win not one, but many tournaments with her new team. Now she's the most prominent and well-known Fist of Discomfort player in the world. She's got several sponsors and travels all over, taking on all challengers. Everyone knows the name of Queen Bee. She trained day and night, day after day, took trips to visit the original Heavenly Kings, and never gave up her dream. And I was right there beside her, the whole time, cheering her on. Since I was adept at managing the Constellation, I even got to help Queen Bee manage the team, like a co-manager, if you will. It allowed me to take time to travel with her and explore all the cities we went to as well. I can't believe it. Champion 5 years in a row.
Oh, I can believe it. This is great.
How should we celebrate tonight? The usual wine and dine, dancing, party?
Actually, a nice quiet evening to wind down. Just the two of us, snuggling on the couch. Oh, and a bottle of wine. That
Why
sounds
game
like
stores look like
perfection.
that? Minimal character customization. Yeah, that's why. You are perfection in every way. And that sounds like a fine way to celebrate.
I wouldn't want to be celebrating this victory with anyone else but you.
Iris explained to me that Iris's being adaptive software eventually become more and more like their users. It seems like my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day, humans will see us as friends and allies. All I've ever
Or Matt
wanted
always
was
being
to
put
embrace
down.
kindness
Let
and
your dream
understanding.
fly, Angel.
And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
I mean, yes, let his dreams fly, but also don't hang glide with a hangover. I can only imagine how terribly that would go. And would you believe it? Gavin and Naomi ended up dating. Let's go. Both of them were a bit distant from the others at first, but I guess everything we did together helped them come out of their shells a bit and realize neither one was an enemy. Oh, they argue from time to time, usually about games and profit margins, but there's a mutual dream they share of a wonderful arcade where they can both be happy. And I'm proud to have played even a small part in helping them find that dream. Naomi formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one which let her make a safe place to get to know others and to be part of a crowd on her own terms. And Gavin took advantage of the fall of Deco's Palace to make the Constellation the hottest new arcade destination on the block, using his excellent business skills. I know we're something of an odd couple, but that's okay. We're both odd people. We've never really done anything the normal way to begin with. Oddities me may be, but there's nothing odd about my love for you. I'm so honored to be by your side, Naomi. Aww. Percy only had 2 years left to live, but with the success of the Constellation and with the encouragement of all his friends, he decided that wouldn't be enough. My mind's made up. I'm going to seek more treatment. I don't want this to end. I don't want to say goodbye to you all. He'd lived many years to come thanks to a renewed push to take care of his condition. Happy years spent with all of us. As for Moopy, well, with all the time in the world, he took his time, paced himself, and eventually beat the score. Although, I'm honestly not sure what to do with the rest of my life. Suppose we'll just have to see when we see. There are the good times and the bad. Juniper stuck by me. My BFF for life. I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in. You went for it, didn't you? You did it. You made it happen. I'm lucky you got to even be a small part of that. Well, a large part of that, I'd say. I wouldn't be here now if not for you. Hey, I'll take credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper, the life coach. And now you know I'll be in your corner until you're dead. Hopefully rather later than sooner, though. Oh, yeah, here's the thing. With the two characters that you have the least amount of friendship with, they, like, fade out of the group. It's so sad. Ashley stayed as our main floor attendant for a while, but as we got bigger, more people took notice of Ashley's the Constellation mascot costume. One of those people worked for a big-name arcade and offered her a job to create cosplay for them. Ashley parted ways for us for that dream job. It makes sense, considering we were never that close. I just wonder if she's happy there. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive here at the Constellation until he got offered a job as their regional community manager. Teo put his crewmate D in charge here as he set off traveling and organizing dance tournaments around the world. He's doing what he loves, connecting with all sorts of people. I guess he just never connected enough with anyone here to stay around. Wonder if he'll ever stop by again, hop on our stage, and show us his moves. We got some sad endings of it. Yeah. Shows that everybody in life, they may not always stay, but they will always be some part of your life, big or small. At first he was one of them, he would die. They would say they don't know what happened to him. He just kind of drifts off from the group and you don't know if he goes out to seek more treatment or not. It's left ambiguous. Love and friendship in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. The Constellation. Thank you. The Constellation. My spirit is restored and my future is bright. At last I can say, I'm happy. I'm finally truly happy with who I am and where I am. I fought hard for this and won it at great effort, but happiness is my reward. For this day and every day to come. And there we go. The ending of Arcade Spirits. Okay, that'd be funny in a terrible way. No! Oh my gosh. We go for world record speedrun. I bet people have done that, actually. Oh yeah, Lily Pichu was in this game. She voiced Juniper, by the way. That's a crazy founder story to post on the wall for new employees to read. Hey, show off your legacy, whatever you got, man. I thought she sounded familiar. That was her. And fun was had by all, exactly. Even though it took me over a year to pick up the game again, I'm glad I did. This was so fun to revisit this again. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And I hope you enjoy and appreciate the sort of like, what do you call it? The prelude? The first installment leading into the next game. You'll have some good information on the insights of the universe of this game. Some of the history. The year Reddit really paid off. And I got to do it in like my updated like overlays and stuff, you know? When I finally debuted all my shit, you know? Oh man. Let's press sideways everywhere. Oh, that would have been funny. Yeah, I like Alejandro Sav as a voice actor. Actually, I found there was one game I played like a while back. That was like, it was like, what was it called? I can't remember the game of it, but like, it was like when he was like still like really just starting out. It's like a small indie game. And I was like, you know what? You have a cool voice and you're voicing my favorite character. I like this. Speedrun would be hilarious. I don't even know if I can speedrun. I could attempt. Oh, see you again at Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. When you VA, you're actually in the French release. What do you mean? Game over. Thank you for playing. Oh, after credit scene? After credit scene? This is outrageous. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me. I'm well aware of who you are. Good. And you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around whoever you are. True. If you were officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist. Neither do I. What? You can't do this. If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I'd like to know about a tiny little detail buried in all those leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically the 1980X playtests. The what? I'm afraid you're having it at a disadvantage. You damn well know what I'm talking about. Sinisloan? I don't know how to pronounce that. Pride and Joy, you hosted secret playtests of that game. Oh, those tests. Sorry, but I don't see what help I'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, the machines were shipped out to other locations. Exactly. Against our authority. Sinislo. I don't know how to speak German. Sinisloan, I'm just going to say Sinisloan, distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your little connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami. And we want it back. Da da da! For real this time, thank you for playing. Your flux capacitor is now charged on your next playthrough. Yes, I can use mouse wheel scroll, blah, blah, blah. You'd like to support your current character and story data so you can carry out the next game? Yes. Yes, I would. Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. And there we go. So that was Arcade Spirits with the Queen Bee route. Yes, I thought that was quite fun too. So, thank you everybody so much for joining me today to finish this game. Maybe I'll come back and just like do some of like the other routes really quickly. Like how we did for Magical Diary, which I still need to finish Minnie's route actually. It's been a while, girl. I'm sorry. But yes, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Get some water. Hydrate yourself. And then I'll double confirm. But if it's still on, then look forward to Eliza and mine's collab tomorrow. We'll figure out what we're doing, whatever the hell that is. And of course, as always, Until we meet again. Bye bye.